Welcome back to the Lifespring Age, episode 15, Biscuits for Cal. Finally, the party is reunited, with lots to digest and new decisions to make. Then, they meet up with some friends they've not seen in what seems like a long time. It's been, I think, 2 sessions since you were here, Amber, where you saw a child get, like, invasion of the body snatched, for lack of a better word, and you were like, nope! And so what we decided was that you saw that, and you wily coyote ran away, leaving, like, a dust cloud that slowly drifted away, and you ran all the way back to... you ran back through all the towns you've been to, and within, like, I don't know, 12 hours, you managed to, like, marathon your way back to Hearth Prairie, where you'd burst into Riptide's caravan, completely empty, and just collapsed on the bed and slept for, like, 12 hours. And when you woke up, you were on the road. I think I sent this to you in a little message. You're on the road with her, and she was traveling down towards Haven Orel, and she was like, "Oh, great, you know, you're all right, mate, there, doll," you know, kind of thing. She just, you know, tucked you in and gave you a little bit of soup and a little drinky.
A little kiss on the forehead.
A little peck on the forehead. And she looked after you, and you were in the back of a caravan as she was, like, trundling away. On the way back, you bumped into the members of the Silver Hook, who were the adventuring party that you'd met, who were testing the items, the magical items that had been made. And you linked up with them and travelled back to Haven Oral with them, so you were in relatively safe hands. And because Riptide had the text tablet, or the tablet of texting, or whatever the fuck you guys want to call it, you were able to update the group that you were safe, so they didn't have to worry about you after they'd had this big encounter with this creature, which I won't go into any detail for, because I'll let them explain to you as and when you guys meet up. So they managed.
And also, she spent the whole time, like, using Timothy as an excuse, like, and his creepiness as an excuse to, like, hide really close to Riptide.
So when you arrived there, he was his normal abysmal self, but immediately he got punched in the face within, like, like 5 or 6 seconds. He's like, so he did that thing, you know, he's like, so couldn't get back quick enough, could you? Kind of like biting his, like, pulling his hair out of his face. Bop! Straight, like, bang, you know. Riptide had floored him. However, the other two laughed it off. He kind of, like, they basically told him to stop being such a try-hard, and he just, like, was sulking for the rest of the journey. Well, not sulking, but being very quiet and reflective for the rest of the journey, and wouldn't go anywhere near Riptide, who'd made very, very close friends with the Silverhook very quickly. Like, he was buddying along with them. Seemed really taken with Jericho, who's a little halfling fella who was the paladin, who she was sparring with, and she thought that Cal was hilarious, even though he has to hobble around with a walking stick now. Don't know why. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, you journeyed your way down, and you managed to arrive. We're going to say a good, like, 12 hours after the adventuring party arrived here, and we're going to do this thing that I like to call skipping over the unnecessary bullshit and forcing a confrontation, where you guys will just happen to bump into each other walking down the street. Just thinking about it, I was like, oh, how am I going to do this? I was like, well, I'm, you know, I can just make it happen.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to make sense. It can just happen. Oh, well, what a coincidence. This is just happenstance that you happen to be walking down the same street, because, you know, they dropped you off, said, you know, here's your rations, play safe. We know you probably want to go to report back to the pub that you were set off from originally, and, you know, they just left you on your way, safe in the knowledge you get there safely. As you were doing so, you saw the party heading towards, like, they were just kind of out of earshot, but you just spied them walking to this huge temple that seemed to be towards a temple to the moon goddess. And you know, walked and catch up. They're a few, you know, 5-10 minutes ahead of you, as they've you know, walked in before you've been able to get there. They've gone inside. You followed them, and a few minutes later spent, you know, another 5, maybe 15 minutes searching for them within this temple. I think that's where we're going to pick up, because that's where we left it last week, as the party is stood in this long corridor filled with these like stained glass windows of these old saints and like important religious figures, and there's this kind of like surfer dude looking acolyte walking away from you. Oh, sorry, walking towards you away from the party as they're stood in front of this kind of greeny stained glass window of this blonde elven woman with these deep purple eyes, and everyone's looking a bit, shell shocked. I think it's safe to say.
If it's at that exact moment, then surely the first thing, or maybe not first thing, but one of the first things they're going to see is Wolf and Lafi hugging, because that's where we ended.
Oh yeah, you can see that, yeah.
just because that was like the moment that we ended it.
Yeah.
Up from exactly that.
Yeah, around then,
yeah. Okay.
I don't know how long your hugs last for.
Neither do I, but I don't know how long it's been, James.
Time's weird. Yeah.
It's been a week, actually.
It's been a whole fucking week. You just got that gormlessly. No, it's been a lot. So you see the party. Kudo is there. You've got kind of examining your sword. I don't know what Lou's doing at this point, actually. Lou didn't really have a lot to do at this point, so she may be looking around bored. Rusty is looking around just like completely cross-eyed, just like, so someone's putting his brain into power save mode. He is not paying attention. Blondie and Blondie are hugging, and yeah, that's kind of where we left it. Yeah.
Okay, so do we see Azalea walking up?
Oh yeah, I mean, she's not.
Well, yeah, I think she's kind of rushing up, if anything.
Okay, I feel like Lafi would turn and see Azalea and be like, "Oh my god!" and then like run towards her and try and hug her.
Yeah, she's. You guys walk really fast.
Well, we took some boats. I nearly fell in. It was. A lot's happened. Are you okay?
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to run away.
You can make it up with
I don't blame you. It was.
No, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, she digs out 3 silver and hands them
No,
over.
don't. Jesus.
I humbly accept. Oh, that's so sad.
I mean, I found the silver hook and Riptide, and I was with them for a while, and I figured it would just. I wouldn't know where you were. It'd be easier for me to meet you back here. How was everything?
Difficult.
Yeah.
None of us died.
Right. Yeah.
We
see that.
We killed a big plant. It was a very big plant. And I mean, yeah, it was like it was a lot. I think maybe we might need a different space to explain it. It's just a bit open.
Yeah. Why are you in a temple?
I gesture to Lafi.
I'll just point to the stained glass window of the elven woman with the purple eyes and the like blonde hair.
I've just posted it into general.
Yeah. And I just kind of look really awkwardly, like, yeah.
It seems that do you want me to say it, Lafi? Or
so we came here because Kudo, you saw that picture, right?
Yeah.
And Kudo had questions that I didn't know the answer to, and then this weird hippie guy came over and was telling us a load of stories about something to do with the woman in the picture. It's not me, by the way, I don't think, but it just looks a lot like me. And I'm just, there's a lot going on in my head right now. So I'm a bit confused.
Are you sure it's not you? You said you don't remember where you came from.
That's the thing that's kind of worrying me.
What's his name? John Human. He said, hey, it sounds like I'm making it up on the spot, but that's his name.
That does sound like a made-up name, yeah.
Yes,
that was the name that he gave.
It does, doesn't it? I look up to the sky for some reason.
Rock's ball.
He said something about all there's like moon sisters, something like that, and it seems that Lafi might be connected to them somehow.
Yeah, he read a list of names of these people, and my name was on there, but I don't know if that's like, I don't know if that's just coincidence or I don't remember anything to do with any
You said
of
a lot
this.
of names. A lot of them I've forgotten. One of them was Miranda, which is her, and I pointed to the same glass. And then another one was Lafette the Druid. So,
So just to be, so these names you like, it's
you said them all very quickly, and I remember.
I did. So for context, they would be kind of similar in kind of recognition to like all the names of the Santa's reindeer. No, maybe you don't know them all, but like you've definitely heard them. But they're also like
So they were Brian.
not yeah, but they're also names that have been like generally accepted into like elven culture. Like Miranda is a fairly common elvish name. Rhea was another one of them. I'm just going to bring up the list now. Bear with me a second. I should know this. Anthe, Rosalind, Cordelia, Dione, Astradia. Yeah.
And what were the names in reference to?
She was talking about sisters of Miranda, who's like a holy moon, or was like a holy moon champion of some sort.
It's probably just a coincidence, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just think I need to sleep it off. I'm stressing out a little bit.
Well, we could all go back to my place. It's not too far. I mean, it's a bit small, but we might all be able to fit if we try. It's better than, buying home somewhere.
Okay.
Is everyone okay with that?
Yes.
I want to just, toss it. I was just...
I don't have anywhere else to stay in the city, so I really appreciate that.
It's not... It's
None of us have.
I feel like Rusty would be like, sleepover.
Wait, doesn't someone have a well?
That's true.
Lou has a well.
Do you have your well?
Mine is nearby, but that's mine for my use.
Well, then go on.
Well, if you would follow me.
I'm checking. We can all go back to my place. It's... I'll just show you. And I start walking in that direction.
Oh, hey, here's the well.
So you do actually go past the well on the way to it. But on the way out, you see John Human. He's there, and he's got some leaflets. And he goes, hi, yeah, Lafi girl, these are the paperwork, not paperwork, the leaflets you asked for. And it's like, kind of like Grimm's fairy tale, like level retellings that focus on these specific names as and when they pop up throughout history, with the last three of them being basically centered around the druid Lafi, and they are they're emboldened. Sorry, they're not emboldened. They're decorated with this kind of stylized picture of not a caricature, but like a cartoon or like a very basic drawing, like not featureless, but
you wouldn't be able to tell.
Like, I mean, like you could say it's based on you. It could be based on any like blonde elven woman kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to lean over to Lafi and be like, I hope you made this guy talk for like half an hour.
He spoke so much.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm John. I'm one of the acolytes here. Yeah. Hi.
Nice to meet you, John.
Nice to meet you too. Are you one of the friends of Lafi and her friends?
I am. Yeah. Are those leaflets you have?
Well, I've given them all now to Lafi, but I mean, if you want, I can go and get you some more. We got plenty of security.
No. Do you have like a pamphlet?
Do
you have like a pamphlet?
Well, they are the pamphlets.
Okay.
I mean, the thing about the moon goddess is she's like serene, and people just like her.
This question I've been needing to know for a while. So, this is a temple of Bellastina, yes?
It is, yeah.
So, what is Alatha?
Sorry? What? Alatha?
Yes.
Wait, hang on, let me just bring up my own thing that I made a page ago. I've forgotten. 1 second, I've got so much shit here. You're making me bring up another goddamn page.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. 1 second. Alatha.
Because isn't she the moon goddess?
Oh, no, I see what you mean. No. Alatha is just like one of the many aspects of the moon goddess. So some people refer to her as Bellastina in the center of Haven Orel, but further out, where it's a little bit less serene, a little bit wilder, they may call her Alath there.
Okay. because that's been really bugging me for the last 12 weeks.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. No.
14 weeks.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, but no, it's basically you know how like some religions may call their god, but in effectively the same religion, but from like another place, they may call him Yahweh, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Did you want those pamphlets? I can get them.
It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay. And he like holds out this little bowl, like a wooden bowl.
I put in 3 silver.
Okay. Wow. Thanks
Why would
so
you
much.
give so much money away?
What? I was. Okay. What?
Okay, well, come again. Bye.
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 Anyway.
Okay, so now that we're finally done with that, I do have some armors I want to sell.
It's like 10 a.m.
It's,
10 p.m.
it's
sorry.
really late. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh. Well, in that case, I might have to look up what the job entails, other than let's steal some stuff. Be back by morning, and I run off.
okay. Well, that makes it easier. I don't have to show her my house. I guess
I'll
just do
have
that.
Harold following the group.
I lead everyone to my place then. Everyone who's here, at least.
Okay. So,
Would I oh, sorry.
no,
Would I have fancy weed on me?
roll like
Roll a weed check.
how likely is it you would have fantasy weed? Oh no, because you did have fantasy heroin.
I had fancy heroin, but also like I think I would have been making and harvesting fantasy weed just as a medicinal thing.
Yeah, I mean,
just for medicinal purposes.
yeah, roll the d4, and that's how many like.
How many weeds I have?
No, I'm just like I'm trying to think like how I don't want to say servings because that's not the word, and I also don't want to say
how many
bloods
fantasy
were.
splits?
Yeah, yeah, like how many people you think you can get fantasy high with?
You got, man?
Roll for spliff.
Yeah.
We're rolling.
John Human runs back over and he's like, "Hey man,
Hey guys, I got 3 silver. What can you give me for 3 silver?
I'm selling the
words-
dirtiest like blue haze skunk you've ever had in your life.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely weapon grade shit.
There you go. It is weapon grade, baby.
Oh, no.
Strong enough for Goliath to get
So-
high.
This shit,
She has
this shit
just
doesn't
enough
help
weed to kill a
glaucoma. It
small
makes
elephant.
you blind.
Does you have weed to kill a small elephant?
can we please see what Riptide would be like?"
I've got
Hi.
2 kilograms of weed on me.
Oh my god.
So you're having this conversation as you're walking back.
It's all in our heads, don't worry.
All in the head, yeah. And you arrive at Wolf's apartmente. This is, I will move you to the map. But if Wolf, you would like to describe what your
Yes.
apartment looks like from the outside and from within.
Well, I assume it's like an apartment block of sorts, so it's like just like a small, like a building from the outside, I would assume, unless you have other ideas, I'm not sure.
No, that works, yeah.
Just very, just a plain building, and I sort of go in, take out like a set of keys, and take everyone inside.
Mhm.
That is a lot.
Yeah, remember the grid is off, so.
Well, I know, that's why I said you place everyone down, then turn
Oh right, I'll
the
turn
grid
the grid back on. Right, okay. So this is Wolf's apartment, which when it's just her is fine. But
Yeah.
now there are
off. I do
5 people.
I did do a description.
There's a fucking grid. Oh, sorry. How are you?
Why is the grid also big?
Because it's zoomed out. Right, so you want to add yourselves in there.
Well, the
to
grid
be
is
like-
also massive, James.
Yeah, it's because it's really zoomed in. It's a really tiny picture. There.
Yeah,
so you-
but it should be, if you do it 5 foot squares, it should be accurate. That's
It's fine, don't
because
worry
I
about
made it on that. And everyone's massive,
it. Everyone's massive,
and all the things are small.
yeah. So, yes, if you would like to describe the innards of your apartment.
Well, it is very, very plain. The walls are like a very light grey. First room is just a very functional sort of space. It's a it's the like the living room kitchen sort of. There's on one corner there is like a sofa with an armchair and a round table in the middle. Then on the other side of that room there's like a small wood, like a countertop with the fancy equivalent of a sink. I don't know if sinks exist in the same way that a sink does exist. Yeah, like a sink with like a lantern. I just go around and light stuff as we go with like a wood burning stove. There's a bookshelf to one side with very minimal items on it. There's like a couple of books. Do photos don't exist?
No, you'd have pictures.
Yeah.
Photographs in how we know them now wouldn't exist, but there would be like
paintings,
paintings, or magically replicated pictures.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. Maybe
Yeah, so there'd be like a picture frame with a picture of you see a photo from clearly a while ago. You see a younger version of Wolf with what you assume is a mother, father, and a younger girl next to Wolf. Then you sort of going on there, I'm just like, well, that's the balcony. I grow some flowers out there. It's nice to get some air, whatever. Then sort of go up the bathroom. Simple. If you need to go, you need to go. There's a bathroom. There's a bath as well. Then bedroom. I just sort of like, it's very boring. Blue floor, with like a white carpet, like a small, like a bed that's like enough for one person, but might be like a squeeze for more than one.
Rusty has dived straight onto it, by the way.
Rusty.
Yes.
That's my bed.
Yes.
My bed.
Very comfortable, thanks.
Rusty, can you get off my bed?
I thought you said we were sleeping here.
Yes, but it's my bed.
Oh.
Oh.
Wolf, are you really?
He kind of like slides his feet off the bed, looks down at the floor, looks back up at you, looks back down on the floor, and really slowly keeps casting eyes at you, like really sad eyes, like, oh.
Wolf, are you really making him sleep on the floor? Look at his eyes. Can you just kick him off? He's small. You can fit in there.
We'll have to figure out the arrangement later.
Yeah, Wolf is already sharing bed.
I think as Wolf is showing everybody around, Lafi would just sort of like very stealthily slip outside onto the balcony and just like be in her own thoughts for a minute.
I actually did want to catch Lafi. This is actually why I asked about the weed, just because I think I've seen her quite like looking a bit shaken and a bit nervous, and I think follow her out and just say,
You just need to relax.
do you want something to help you maybe take your mind off things a little bit? I say this in a non-creepy way, I promise.
Want to get fucked up?
It's all natural.
Sure. What's it gonna do?
It should just calm you a little bit and help things that seem overwhelming right now maybe take a bit of a backseat.
Okay.
Oh
She's
my
just
God.
so trusting. She's so
trusting.
trusting.
Fucking giant suit.
Why do I feel like this evolves into a new subclass?
Weed whips.
Circle of spliffs.
Her new name's Mary Jane. It's all good.
The room, it's quite late at night now. The activity in the city is definitely dying down. The inn, the bar that you guys all set off from is closed. It's not an inn, is it? It doesn't have beds in it. So the area is this part of the town now is very quiet. Though there seems to be kind of in the outskirts of the city, the less desirable areas, should we say. There's still a lot of activity going down, I won't say fires burning, but like torches lit, lights on, the sound like drifting across of revelry, the occasional shout, very intermittently a scream, normal city noises. I don't know, it's normal in Manchester. That kind of thing. Not a huge amount of wildlife. Within minutes of Wolf saying, we'll discuss the arrangements later, Rusty is asleep fully starfished on the centre of the bed. He has taken his gear off, his armor, and he's just like piled it like right just in the most inconvenient space that you could think of, and it's
right in front of the door.
right in front of the door.
Well, like you can open it, but if you take a step in, you just like
And like some of it is just like dotted around like in dark little corners where you need to walk to trip you over as well. So he's done a really impressive job there. We should all be very proud of him.
You always am.
Yeah. So I mean, as I say, there's like a kitchenette. It's where are people going to be sleeping? Where are people going to be rocking up?
Well, I'm happy cracking out a bedroll on the balcony and just, watching the stars and going to sleep under them.
Maybe not on the balcony. It does get quite cold.
I've been out in the elements before.
I put my sleeping bag on the table.
On the table?
It's either a countertop or a circular table that's probably not big enough.
I'm small.
Okay, it's a very small table. It's like a coffee table.
Fits.
If it fits, it sits.
I was so tempted to be like, "Oh, you're like a Rusty. Come sleep in my..." No, that's a sentient being. Let's not do that.
My own place, don't worry.
Liv's
You've gone off to find a well.
Well, I don't think Lou was ever here. She just walked off to find her well.
Yeah,
didn't
she just fucked off.
Well, it's cheaper. I don't have to pay rent for a well.
You have to pay rent here. You
It's my house.
People pay rent to use your well.
I don't think Lafi's considering sleeping yet. I think she's just stood on the balcony trying to have like a breather.
Oh, once you get this spliff in you, you will be considering sleeping. I assure you.
I feel like she'd take it, but she wouldn't do anything with it because she'd be like, "Okay, thanks."
Thing where you just hold it in your mouth and breathe out.
Imagine that in the distance, you see Loon like climbing into a well, like, yeah, now it's time.
I guess Rusty is literally passed out.
He's asleep. Yeah, he's asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not big. You could lift him.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm going to do. Is Kudo gone like straight to sleep, or is he like sitting up for a bit?
Sorry?
Are you going straight to sleep, or are you like up for a bit?
I'm up for a bit. I'm just raiding your pantry.
I've not been here in like 3 weeks. There's nothing here.
This is a really, really old, sad packet of ramen.
You're literally not gonna find anything.
That's white milk.
It's not like.
How the fuck do you survive?
Listen, fridges don't exist. So you have to buy stuff in the day to eat it that day or like the next day.
Weren't medieval fridges like holes that you put a block of ice in?
Yeah, you would have like a cold.
Do we have a bag of colding?
Yeah, but I mean, you would be able to store some stuff, but you have been away for like.
I wouldn't have. Yeah, I wouldn't
have like perishables.
Yeah, there's like some honey because it doesn't go bad.
Yes, I will take that.
Why?
You're just drinking a bowl of honey.
It's literally just honey.
Reminds me of home.
Just straight honey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
It's like biting into a lollipop. It doesn't taste good.
Have you seen Winnie the Pooh? He looks happy.
No, I haven't seen.
He also doesn't wear pants.
Yeah.
He's not a good role model.
You hear Rusty
and he's a bear.
in the next room. I didn't know that was an option.
Also, he leads the Communistic Party of China.
No, we can't have naked Rusty, please.
Donald Duck in it. Quack, quack, quack.
Oh my god.
I think after I have that strange interaction with Kudo, I'm just like.
Do you want anything?
No, I'm
do you want some honey as well?
No, I'm fine. I just like lean open the door to the balcony. I'm like, is everything okay?
You would just see Lafi leaning against the like thing of the like what was it called?
Like the ledge.
Like the ledge of the balcony. She'd just be like leaning on the like a little fence bit and just like looking at the stars and just kind of like slowly nod.
Is that you okay?
Yeah, I think so. I'm honestly just glad to be back here with you guys. So it seems like a lot happened.
That's for sure. Zeddy, do you mind if give me a laughing moment?
Yeah, of course.
Like walk onto the balcony and like close the door a little bit and it's like lean on the balcony next to Lafi. Is everything all right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in the distance, a reggae sounds.
That was a lot of information.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
I'm just sort of overwhelmed, I think.
I know what it feels like to be overwhelmed. If you want to talk about it, we can.
I hate that I don't remember anything.
It's strange. Everything. It's.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I'll say this has not happened to me, so I don't know how to help. But I think a good, at least a night's sleep to mull things over is always good, especially when you're in a warm place
Yeah.
rather than outside. And in the morning I could go buy some things, have a nice breakfast for once, rather than rations.
I feel like you guys are the only. And she kind of pauses and like thinks for a minute, and she's like, everyone else is just really mean. Like Ned, we helped Ned, and then he turned out to be, And then I was so excited to meet your mom, and she just seemed like she didn't like me.
You see, as you said that, Wolf's just like her like face goes to the side. Who? We've not met my mother.
Wait, that swan lady isn't.
No, she's not my mother. No.
I thought.
No, she's not my mother. She's I mean, I'm gonna go back and talk to her tomorrow. I didn't like that one bit. And
no, don't. You don't have to.
No, I'm not. I've already made my mind up. She was.
Isn't she like your boss?
Yes, but
Well, then...
I'm not scared of her.
Still.
Let's look this back a second. She sort of like leans to the side to like this small like planter that's full of flowers. It's full of like white lilies, and she's gonna like gently pick one, as if like, well, you're a druid, so maybe you'd like a flower from my garden.
Oh, she's so awkward. I love it. Lafi just like haphazardly takes the flower and is like, "Thank you."
I don't. Not good with this sort of thing. I just want you to know that if you need someone to talk to, I'm here.
I feel like Lafi would be very close to Wolf at this moment, and like just looking at her.
I know what it feels like to be overwhelmed. Obviously not in the same way. I cannot imagine what sort of information you're going through, but if there's anything I could do to help, I'm here.
I feel like at this point Lafi would sort of awkwardly lean in to try and kiss Wolf and see how Wolf reacted.
It's like a half a beat where she like moves forward and stops, but she sort of very nervously and uncharacteristically embarrassed, I guess, she leans in as well and kisses her back.
And then there's like a moment where they both kind of look at each other afterwards, and they're probably like, Sorry, was that?
No.
You okay?
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. I'm kind of cold.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to go in first? Because I don't know if
I'm cold, but I'm sweating. That's fine. Let's just go in. And Wolf holds out her hand to Lafi.
Lafi takes her hand.
And looks in. Sleep. Everyone ready for bed?
Just as like a side note, as Lafi walks in, I don't know who would notice, like who would be looking, but there would be like a very, very faint sort of like. James, how did you describe it?
I think I have to remind myself now.
Is blush too simple a word?
No,
Not blush. No.
Wolf's face is red.
Yeah,
Wolf is red, full stop.
Beet red. That was the word that someone said to me. Well, I can't find it now, so I typically can't find it. So the phrase that I used was bathed in moonlight, I think.
Oh, she glowing.
Yeah, like a really faint sort of glow. One kiss and she's pregnant.
Oh lord. Could I do like either some sort of perception or insight?
Yeah, sure. For what are you trying to perceive or insight?
Well, they've come in, one's blushing, the other one's glowing. Something happened.
Listen, my deception is -1.
Suddenly, Lafi seems to be wearing some blue lipstick that she wasn't wearing before.
Okay, do I not even need to do a perception then? I know what's happened.
I mean, take it from what well, I don't know what colour what lipstick Wolf wears.
I mean, Wolf does wear blue lipstick.
Yeah,
so.
it's blue.
But I mean,
is it like one of those matte ones that do not come off, or it does come off a bit?
I think you're asking the wrong person.
Yeah. No, it probably does come off. It's not like it's fantasy lipstick. It's probably not perfect, like lipstick down. So it's probably.
She's just got blue smudge all over her face.
So it probably does come off a bit. Yeah.
Hey, look! As long as the blue's on your face and nowhere else, we're happy.
And listen, Wolf Deception is -1, so you can probably figure it out pretty easily.
Okay, I think Azalea does like a little smile and little eyebrows raised, but like turns and goes back to what she was doing.
I'm going to go to my bed.
Can I do a cheeky whistle like?
I'm like, no, I'll be subtle. You're like, no, we're calling it out right now.
Also, they are holding hands.
Okay.
Yeah. So cheeky whistle away.
It's quite a soft whistle.
Lafi would like look around the room and be like, "Where's Rusty?"
He's in my bedroom. Asleep.
Oh.
He's not gonna be the only one, eh? That's our character. No.
She's gonna like walk over to the door and like
a great amount of room for anyone.
I know.
Yeah,
that's why
she's gonna like peek her head around the door and be like, oh.
Well, Lafi, you can have the bed if you want. I don't mind. Sleeping on a bedroll or something. Sleeping bed.
I mean, there's room on the floor next to the bed. We could just.
It's not. It's full of armor and swords.
Well, we can move
move it.
Yeah. I guess that's probably more better carpet. So, yeah. Kudo, have a good night. And we'll talk in the morning.
Wolf like sprints to the bedroom.
Just like walks into the bedroom. And What's the best? James, see, this is what I mean. Should have made the fucking grid. Well, I can sleep at the side of the bed, and there's enough space for probably one person and Rusty. So, yeah, you have that.
Okay. And then she like tries to move. Like, do I have to just strength check?
Rusty, like he's like instinctively moves kind of for you, but I don't think would for anyone else.
Okay. I just like.
And then he
gently,
kind of snuggles in. Yeah.
Yeah, just gently shove him onto one side and then climb into the bed.
That big. The dog's name.
I sort of, as far as I can, move the bits of armor, pull out just a bedroll at the foot of the bed. I sort of put my head under the bed and pull out like a knitted pillow, and use that for my pillow as I go to sleep. Actually, I probably don't get much sleep for a few hours, but then I go to sleep.
Okay. So is anyone else doing anything before they get to bed? Kudo, Azalea, could I tempt you into a romance angle?
Do you know what? No.
She just looks
Small raccoons aren't my type, I'm afraid.
She just looks at the raccoon and gives him eyebrows.
No.
The raccoon gives the eyebrows first,
Nice.
which was.
So is anyone else doing anything before they retire to sleep?
Azalea's getting high.
Oh yeah, Azalea.
I am in fact getting high. Yeah.
You're sitting
I'm
out on
back
the
out
balcony. Yeah.
Wait, can I start rearranging Wolf's apartment in just the subtle ways, like switching out pictures and putting them somewhere else?
There is literally like 4 things in this apartment that isn't like on the bookshelf. There is like 4 books and a picture.
I will say that there is a cutlery drawer that you could easily move around.
Yes, can I take some furniture? Is it furniture? Just stuff from the kitchen and put it on the bookshelf and put the books in the kitchen. Stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
Just dumb shit like that, just to annoy Wolf, to prank Wolf, basically.
Is Lou doing anything?
Yeah, Lou is going to find out some more details about the job.
Okay, so I did message you some stuff there, but you sneak off. Well, you don't sneak off. You break away from the party and you look for some of the thieves' cant on the walls that would basically illustrate or give you a little bit more insight as to, or direct you to people. It's quite easy this time of night to find people who are doing illegal shit or shit that they should not be doing. And so you find very, very quickly there's this guy, this Earth Ganassi, with just this incredibly dark and shiny skin. It's almost like onyx skin, but like reflective almost. And he's there, and he's in this really small nondescript shop that looks like it like cuts keys or punches holes in belts. But there's this steady stream of business that's going there, and there's some wording and there's some symbols above the shop that indicate to you that this is a fence. Like you would bring stuff to this guy, stolen stuff to sell.
Yeah. Well, let's go in.
Okay. So you head in.
Before that, I would like to cast disguise self and make myself look like, I don't know, a water elf like Riptide.
Okay, just like Riptide.
Well, not quite, but like.
Okay,
now I'm attracted.
Never mind.
You change yourself to this aquiline elf, fairly nondescript physically, but your hair changes from short and blonde to long and dark blue and wavy. Your skin goes from its normal quite pale complexion to this this aquamarine blue, and your features shift subtly into more elfin form. And you head inside this shop, and this fence is sitting here, and it's like business hours or sunlight only, my dear. How can I help?
Well, I would like to know the situation here.
Oh, the situation here, and he does this thing with his hand as he sits back and he like pulls on his lapels. He makes this really like elaborate hand gesture that you would recognize as kind of like a prelude to a handshake, like a thief's handshake, that you would be able to replicate and kind of let him know that you were talking about specific things.
Yeah.
Okay. So he says, I'm sorry, I didn't recognise you. You must be new to the area. Well, there are a couple of things on at the moment, and he pushes away from his desk and he lifts up this table that had all this like hole in belt equipment, this leather working tools. He just lifts it open, and there's this huge kind of like cork board with all these like little jobs pinned onto it. And he goes, "What kind of thing could I interest you in? There are a few things here. That are you a assassin, a thief? What kind of work are you into, my dear?"
Oh, I've been recently approached about acquiring some lost items.
Acquiring for the Blackrock Tally. Well, that is a very hot topic for discussion. There are, I don't know if you've heard in the city at the moment, there's a little bit of unease between the Blackrock and the Samora that has unfortunately broken out into fighting. I myself find myself on the side of the Blackrock, obviously, and I'm here to. Well, I would like to keep my business running. I serve any and all comers to my store, and this thing is not good for business. So what has happened is the group from outside the walls, known as the Samora, has found themselves with a very powerful magical artifact that used to belong to the Blackrock Tally, and the Tally wants it back, and they're prepared to pay very handsomely to get it. But all of their boys are well known to the Samora and can't get anywhere near it. So we're looking for outside assistance. Someone like yourself. We recommend a small team, and to stop this silly fighting before it escalates into something a little bit more serious. Magical items have already been brought out to it. A few people have been hurt. Dare I say, a few will be killed if it carries on the way it's going. I don't know if you heard any of the screams earlier, but I'm fairly sure that was a fight breaking out between the two parts of this little war. If you'd like a little bit more information, my dear, bring yourself and your compatriots, your associates, tomorrow or business hours, anytime during daylight, and we'll confession you with a little test to make sure you are good enough for our needs, and then we will give you the relevant information for what it is you're looking for.
Will do. Until tomorrow.
Farewell.
And I go to try to find Wolf's house, but
No
I have no idea how to. So
well, I mean, you'd see the well, like they were heading near the well. So if you head back there, you might see Azalea getting high on the balcony.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I mean, like you smell, you're like, oh, that's the good shit.
Reminds me of that.
Yeah. Oh shit, it's Azalea. I didn't know she was cool. But yeah,
she's gonna get up.
Yeah. Well, she's a rogue. She can probably climb, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
And I have a grappling hook.
Do you legitimately climb up?
Yeah, I don't know which doors. I don't have any keys, so you know.
Are you trying to do it?
I'm still the water elf. Yeah, they should know who I am.
Have you been a water elf around her before?
No.
Okay. How are they going to know who you are?
Well, I mean, it's Riptide, isn't it?
No, it's just a generic water elf.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Hello?
How long would it have taken? Because Wolf might still be out.
Well, I mean, Azalea would still be out there unless, like, I would say that would take maybe a 45 minutes to an hour. You getting in, having your little conversations, getting everyone into bed would have taken maybe half an hour. So some people would be asleep or getting into sleep now. You would still be bolt upright.
Yeah.
Bolt awake, like in the dark. But Azalea may, be like, she just sees this sea elf waving at her from down below. Doesn't look like Riptide.
Can I help you?
Yeah. Is this Wolf's apartment? Or are you just smoking in a random person's, balcony?
I don't know if I should. Who's asking?
Oh, right. I'm still. Lou?
You don't look like Lou.
Wait, how high
right,
are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because you might
So
look
you
like
sounded
Lou.
really
I'm
confused. You're
trying
like,
to keep my voice
who
down.
am
Like,
I?
you're not
Lou?
sleeping.
Can you roll a d20 on it, please?
yeah. I mean, let's roll a d10, and like 1 is like 5 is nicely baked. 10 is I really cannot face any.
Can I do a con check or consult?
You're not rolling it.
I thought you. Yeah. That's
Oh, for you to be, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you can do a con check. It depends how high do you want to be. Like, how high would you have wanted to be before this interaction?
I've only
Oh,
had
she's on the
like
third
I've only
floor,
had
so you
one.
know.
It wasn't big,
It's
but
not been that long either.
I mean, it can hit you pretty hard.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I do have good skunk.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say that, like, this. Do you know how things like when you get high and then you? Oh, not that I've ever gotten high, but when you get high and then you leave the room that you're in and go outside and you're like, whoa. That moment, and it's very much like you were in your own little world, and then suddenly there's this sea elf saying to you that they're Lou, and what the fuck?
Does she look just like Riptide?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Does she just look like Lou but blue?
No, I think she went for like generic elven features.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can drop that spell though. There's nothing saying you can't drop that spell when you want to drop it.
Oh, I thought I had to wait 10 minutes.
No.
It spells an hour, and
You can get rid of it when you want
Yeah,
it.
you just. Shoots.
I thought you could only do that with concentration spells. so I got confused.
No. This guy's self, I think, has wording around it.
Ah, okay. Well, in that case, I'm dropping the
That's. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yes.
illusion.
Wait, you're Lou? Oh my god.
Yeah, I thought sleeping in the well wasn't a good idea. It looks like it's.
Right, that does make sense. Well's got to be cold, huh?
Yeah.
You could. I mean, I don't know where the front door is, but you can come up, I guess.
Thank you. And
Should I ask the wolf?
No, don't worry. I have my grappling here.
What the fuck?
And I make my way up.
Just the worst house guest you can imagine.
How much noise would you make?
I
mean-
mean, Wolf is still awake.
The
Yeah.
grappling hook's just banging against the stone.
Like, boom.
Clatter, clatter, clatter. So after I would say about 10-15 seconds of like generic, like it seems very loud because you're, it's almost midnight at this point, but you can get yourself up. I don't know how that feels for Lou, or how it feels for Azalea even. When you're up there, this is the night's going very strange. But you are now all in Wolf's apartment. There's not very many places left to sleep. There's a sofa. I think Kudo said they were sleeping on a table. There's a chair, like a reclining chair. And the other 3 are in the bedroom. I don't know.
That's mine, baby.
I mean, the sofa could technically fit like Lou or like a human, like a medium creature and a small creature.
Yeah.
Like, so, and then something.
I
like
am
a
going
chair.
to spend 15 minutes looking for loose change in between like the cushions.
There is none.
Yeah, there's none. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, the sofa, I think it's fair to say, is probably quite a stiff sofa. Like I'm gonna say unused. The chair.
I think it's comfortable, but it's just
comfortable, but yeah, not very well used, not very well beaten in.
she's like the only person who sits there. She has like you can see there's one spot where it's been used, but the rest of it's like
aspirin. Yeah. But yeah, let's move this forward now because it's been this night for a long time, and there are other things that we need to do. So, has anyone else got anything else they would want to do before they go to sleep? Taking that as a no. Excellent. So, before we hit the morning, though, Cerulean Wolf, you lie there for a good few hours. How long does it take you to get to sleep?
It takes me a while on the best of days. I would say it's about like 2 hours.
Okay, so yeah, it's like everyone else is long asleep before you finally manage to drift off. You all these different noises in your house. It's making the apartment make weird noises.
Like when Lou's like climbing up, I like sit up, then I hear Lou's voice. And I'm like, I can't be bothered. I just lie back down.
Yeah. But all these different noises of just people being in the apartment makes it breathe weird. All the wood expands differently because it's got different people, like different heat in here. And there's all these creaks and stuff that's setting, your eyes snap open. After a while, the tiredness just overwhelms you. You drift off to sleep. And the last couple of nights, your dreams have been focusing on this weird circle of people with this bright shining light in the middle of it, and this elf with this scar on his eye. But tonight, it's much more like it has been previously. You find yourself in this near the mountains, and there's this very distinctive mountain in the distance that looks like a passing glance, like a claw that's reaching out. It like hooks over in these three long reaching claws. It looks like it's like coming down to slash the air, but it's far away in the distance. The ground is littered with bodies, just like you cannot not tread on a dead gnome where you are. It's like that scene from the Terminator film. Every step you take, you're treading on something that is like recently dead. It is a fucking gnomes, yeah. The rock gnomes specifically. It is a complete bloodbath. As far as you can see, the entire ground is littered. It's like, it's like that scene from Judgment Day, and there's this walls of fire are racing through, scorching these bodies, and these creatures that seem to be made out of rock and power just blasting through at these three wizards, these undead lich wizards that are holding protection spells around them. The spells are just clamps hitting this protective bubble and bouncing off and ripping through this sea of bodies, and it's churning them all up. You're stood there and you can see all this going around. You feel like you've been fighting for days. You're completely exhausted, and you bring yourself up, this blade in your hand, ready to begin the fight again. You pushing up off the ground, pushing up away from these bodies as their eyes begin to snap open, as the undeath and the undead start to wake around you. This army of undead gnomes start to rise up around you, grabbing you, pulling you down, pulling you further and further in to this seemingly bottomless sea of dead bodies. They're clawing at your eyes, they're clawing at your face, and then all of a sudden there's this bright light and his hand grabs you and rips you out of it, and that's when you wake up in the morning after probably not a very restful night's sleep. But let's do it, guys. You're all level 5 now. Yay! Yay, press that button. Woo! But you all gain your max hit point.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, all gain your maximum hit point die. So instead of rolling, if you have a d10, you regain 10. If you have a d8, you regain an 8, etc., etc. I believe most of you are d10 or d8.
How do you do that, by the way?
I am not.
If you go to fixed, and I can show you.
I changed that. I managed to change that, but you have to maybe explain the natural.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for now. I don't anticipate getting into combat, but we will. I won't be for a break. Yeah, we'll be breaking in about half an hour. I'll show you then. But you will regain your full hit point die, which is lovely, jubbly. Your hit point will jump up massively. You wake up in the morning.
Wait, why do we get our hit point maximum?
Because I told you, yeah. Instead of rolling, you just, so if you're a warlock, aren't you, or you take fighter, you'll regain. You will get a D10 for your hit die that you rolled for your level up.
You just get a flat 10.
You just get a flat 10 plus your constitution.
For everyone in the patch, or just for this one?
Just this one.
Oh, okay.
Just when I'm feeling generous.
Yay! So, are we doing break now?
I have to calculate how much.
You want to, yeah.
I just have a question about.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, go on.
Go for it. What's your question?
What HP do you get with fixed HP?
Fixed
normally?
would be like 5. If you're a fighter, it would be like 5 or 6.
Isn't it half?
Yeah,
Wait,
it's average, so it would be 5 or 6. I think it's 6 for a fighter because of how it works.
Let me see. How does it change?
It would make a massive change because if you just switch from
you get 8
fixed to manual or rolled or whatever you call it, just add a 10 to it now.
Yes, but I have fixed.
Yeah. Oh, you mean if you want to keep fixed, you can stay fixed because this is the only time it's going to happen.
Yes, but I can just put in 4 more because it's half the hit die plus 1. So if I have a D10, I just get 6.
Okay.
And if you have a D8, you get 5.
Yeah. Okay. Bun, you had a question.
No, I was just going to ask what time would it be when Wolf woke up, because I was hoping that Lafi would be up first and
I'd be up late. I'd wake up late probably.
Yeah, I would think that like being back in her own house, even though she's sleeping on the floor, you don't need as much sleep as her anyway.
No,
I
only need 4 hours.
Yeah, so
you would probably go to sleep wake up like an hour after I go to sleep. Like
right.
it's. Yeah.
No, it's because I just wanted to like leave Rusty and Wolf asleep and like slip out and head into town.
It's still well, I'd say you can do that.
Would anything be open?
I mean, it's like the flower market maybe, but I mean it's like very early in the morning. But plus, I mean you would know where things are. But if I'd say you can go out and get some stuff if you want to. I don't know why I'm checking about this. Yeah, you can just do it if you'd like. Yeah. What kind of things are you looking for?
Like ingredients and stuff.
Okay, yeah, you can step out and stock the pantry and get ingredients for yourself and for whatever. Mm-hmm. Can you roll a stealth check to see how quiet you are getting out in the morning?
Oh God, okay, hang on.
That one, baby.
I only have a plus 1.
I just want to remind everyone gets a hero point back.
Yeah, they all get 1 hero point back.
Just reminding people.
You don't gain an additional.
Oh, can I do advantage?
You can use your advantage, yeah.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, we'll sleep.
Hey!
Oh, there you
go. Yeah, so you go up and you're like looking down lovingly on Rusty and Wolf, and you are almost about to trip over their armor where fate intercedes and you just move your foot slightly and you slip out of the room, and you manage to not wake a single person up. I don't think anyone has a passive perception that can reach that. You slip out the door, and it is dawn. You know, morning has broken, like the first morning, fresh as a dewbird on the fresh grass. Yeah, it's like 5, 6 in the morning, fantasy 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and you can go off and do whatever you like.
I would just like to mention one last thing because I forgot when I was doing it earlier. On the, I actually don't know where it would be now because fucking kudo moved on my shit around. But on the bookshelf there would be a calendar, and you'd see a day. I guess now it'd be 5 days away with like hearts and circles around it. It's like Lorelei's birthday. That's it.
Okay. I'll be like,
got to mention earlier.
and then leave.
Okay. So yeah, you nip out. I'm not going to take you through a
don't worry.
shopping thing by yourself, but I'll say it takes you an hour, and you can get in like a week's worth of shopping for like a gold piece.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not expensive. Like mundane food and stuff, unless you're after stuff like saffron, it's really not difficult to find or expensive.
How expensive would sugar be?
Not very.
Okay, cool.
It's the sugar is grown in Algadane. It's one of the easiest things for them to grow. So some of that parts of that place are very hot. And it makes it very easy to grow sugar cane.
Cool.
So yeah, you can get all that stuff in pretty easily. You get lots of spices, flour, eggs, bacon, cheese, bread, milk.
One of them is not like the other.
Alright. I assume that I just do that and then I would head back and probably everyone would still be asleep and then I'd quietly make breakfast with my stealth check that I already did.
Yeah. So, I mean, at that point, if people want to start waking up about 7 in the morning, I would say that Wolf especially would sleep perhaps a little bit later. Fucking Rusty is flat out still. But that he's done that really annoying thing where he fell asleep like a starfish in the middle, and now he's like rolled up into that smallest little thing he can, still right in the middle of the bed and taking up so much of it. But yeah, so
does Rusty have a tail?
He does have a tail, yeah.
In the image.
I feel like Azalea is going to appreciate a good breakfast after being high.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. So if you start, I mean, this kitchen is very functional. Like it's very much like one hob. Like there's a water pump outside that you could have brought water in from. There is not a huge, like it's clear that I very much get the impression that Cerulean Wolf lives off like meals that other people buy her, or like meals she buys out.
She makes stuff, but she just like makes the most basic thing that she needs to. Like she has cooking equipment and stuff, but she
has like one pan and one plate and one fork.
Utensils, it's fine.
Yeah,
but it's nothing, definitely nothing fancy.
She eats a lot of omelets.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I would say then if you started cooking, the rest of you can start waking up.
Okay. Oh, time to stretch out because the couch is just a little bit too small. Where you need to put your head against the one of the arms.
Yeah, so your neck's slightly crooked.
Yeah.
So this is probably new actually, Lafi. You weren't expecting to see Lou here. Lou, as far as you were, just disappeared.
I'd be like, "Good morning."
Morning.
How did you get in?
And Lou like gives a small look towards the window, like, don't worry about it.
You know there's a front door, right?
Yeah, but I didn't have the key.
Oh, okay. Do you want some breakfast?
Sure, as long as I don't have to pay for it.
No. And then she stops and she goes, "Actually, that'll be 3 copper." And like holds out a hand.
Fine. But the last time, I was the one who gave you 3 copper. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, now I've got 6.
Can I have breakfast as well?
Yeah, of course. Do I need to use the tool?
I would say you can. What is it you're making? If it's something really basic, I'll say no. But if you're being a bit adventurous, then if you want to use that cooking table we made, then, or I nicked rather, you can. But that would involve a check. But if it's something like an omelette, I will assume you are not a functional idiot.
Thinking like bacon and eggs and maybe toast.
Yeah, bacon, like Howl's Moving Castle bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That will need a check though. The Howl's Moving Castle bacon and eggs.
I'm vegetarian and I'm still like, ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I look at it. It looks so good.
It looks so good.
Did you bring anything for vegetarians actually?
Yeah. I mean,
almonds.
would there be?
She isn't. I am. She isn't.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Amber is. Azalea is not.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, can you make a cooking utensils check? So it's a skill check with proficiency if you have proficiency in cooking tools. So pick any skill you have proficiency in.
Yeah.
And click that button.
Well, you can choose the.
Or you can choose. You can choose the. I mean, if you got proficiency in a wisdom skill, I can choose that. 12.
Oh,
I mean, bacon and eggs is not difficult to
you
make.
can't really mess it up. Maybe the bacon's just a little bit overdone.
The eggs
but
are a
I
little
like
bit
it like
over.
that.
The bacon eggs are a little bit overdone, a little bit dry, a little bit split. The bacon is still a little bit chewy, but that's maybe how you like it. Not like the fat hasn't quite rendered in all of it. It's fine. Yeah, it's adequate. No one's going to get ill eating
Passable,
it.
yeah.
Passable. It's a serviceable breakfast. The smell has Rusty dashing out. Like, you know, he's like hanging around your feet, like getting in the way, but he's really excited to have breakfast. Kudo, you know, the smell's filling the area. You've got coffee on the pot. Yeah.
There is coffee.
Yeah, there is. No, this isn't even fantasy coffee. This is proper coffee. This is like, yeah, this is like ground coffee. This is the good shit. But there is only one toilet, so.
Help yourselves, guys.
I'm the only man here. I don't have a problem.
I'd just like lay it all out like on the side and let them like take what they wanted. But then I'd probably make a plate up for Wolf and then like put it to one side.
Lou takes a lot of bread and very little of everything else.
Well, yeah, Rusty is going to eat a lot of the bacon and get really like salty lips over it, and then just go and like drink a load of water.
He has
like lapping it up like a dog.
Yeah,
that's true. He has lips.
He has like dogs have lips, right? Dogs have lips.
They have the little floppy
Lizards.
things.
Well, not the
Things.
same
He's
way
got
that people have lips.
I mean, he has the flappy things. I don't know what you want to
He's
call
just
it.
got a pair of Jessica Rabbit lips on.
I love-
top of
Yeah.
his
I
mouth.
love how he's just turning more and more into a dog.
Yeah.
Well, like he's a lizard, so lizards don't
Well,
have
initially,
lips.
kobolds were dogs, and then at one point they became like dragonkin.
Sure.
Yeah, they were. They used to be furry.
Okay, so I'm guessing he just
In
picks
like
up his
D&D, if
glass.
you look back at old editions, they used to be furry.
He like picks up his glass and starts like lapping it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Just-
And then he gets a cup of coffee, and the
Oh,
world.
no.
please don't.
No, Rusty, please don't drink that.
Does anyone have a nappy?
Oh, Jesus.
Rusty, that's not you won't like it. It's not very
It's
nice.
just a grown-up juice.
Yeah, it's not very nice.
No.
A grown-up juice.
Yes. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
I think like 30 minutes after everyone else wakes up.
I'll make him a little hot chocolate instead and just hand it to him.
Ah, yeah.
There
Okay,
you go. You'll like that one, Rusty.
Yeah. So it's very busy in this. Like this room is. Imagine. You know, you can't fit a huge amount of people in this. It's bustling in here.
Mm.
It's like
But,
comes out like Robert goes like, oh my god, wow. Good morning, everyone. That's
Morning.
A lot of people, I think. Did everyone have why is Lou here? Wait, how is Lou here?
Don't worry
Oh
about it.
yeah.
When is
he
Lou
was
here?
Outside. She was outside last night and.
Azalea's still high.
No, I'm fine. I promise.
So your eyes look a little bit red.
Yeah, I'm really hungry.
What is that smell?
Well, that was last night.
Oh, it's all of this, and I pull out the huge bag.
The comically large bag.
The genuine like kilogram size bag.
She's got a bag of holding just for weed.
And even then it's overflowing.
Yeah.
Weed of holding.
I would just pick up the plate
Weed
of
of
food.
holding. And see myself.
I'd just pick up
Well,
the plate
Fitz.
of food that I put to one side and give it to Wolf.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And just like, there's probably not any space on the sofa, so I'll just like sit on this very edge of like the counter or something. Well, no, I'll bring the chair in from the balcony and sit on that,
Mm-hmm.
and just like sit in the corner and just eat quietly.
Lafi would like go back to the kitchen and like have the scraps of what's left that everybody's demolished.
Laffy,
And then,
I'm not very hungry in the moment. You can have some if you have
No, it's fine. And then she'd start like cleaning the kitchen.
Laffy, you don't? Okay.
Guys, I found a possible job offer. It's to stop a war, so you cannot complain that it's unethical or whatever your complaints were with the first one.
You
Can I
literally
make
gave-
an insight
the
check?
literally, like, Lou, the last time you said anything about a job, you said, I have these job for these criminals. Anyway, let's do it. That was it.
Yeah, we need money.
We don't need money, you need money.
Yeah, but apparently I need to be a team player, so if you guys want to go with, you know.
Why do I have a feeling you are selling us something with a false name?
Because you know I would never sell something.
I mean, if
Yes,
it's
you
gonna
would.
Stop
You
a
are
war,
selling
then-
everything. You require money for any action you do. If you could, you would charge money for breathing.
Oh, yeah, but that's not the issue here.
Anyway, guys, please, what was the job, Lou?
Well, we're going to take something back and stop a war with the magical item.
You have to be more specific.
Well, I don't know all the details, that's why I want you guys to go with,
Well,
because
you
I'm
know,
about
like
to meet the
who's it
contractor.
for, when do we have to do it, anything else, or were you just like, hey, do this, and this like random invisible person told you that?
Well, we could likely do it today or tomorrow, depending on, you know, how busy we are.
I just want to take some time to rest.
Oh yeah, you did that yesterday.
You're very funny. We've been doing stuff for the last like 2 weeks. Lou. I just want to, you know, stop for a bit. I don't want to go straight into the next thing.
anyone that looks over at Lafi sees that she starts baking again, just like furiously concentrating on what she's doing.
Like
baking. Do I need to do another baking? I'm making like a hamper of baked goods. Do I need to do a?
Do you not have anything, Loon, or are you just going to stay silent? Great, thank you.
We were
Wolf,
baking.
it's a bit harsh now.
Yeah. Why so sour, Wolf? Did you eat a lemon?
If you are doing baking, you will need another cooking check, please.
Okay, I'm scared.
Remember, you have hero points.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely going to use one for this if it's crap. Let me just check. Is it? It is wisdom. Okay, cool. You guys carry on. I'm just over here baking.
It hasn't come through yet. I haven't seen it. Oh,
yeah, I don't like being idle.
Oh, fuck! I'll use a hero point.
Okay. So that takes it to that. So, how good do you want it to be?
Amazing.
Okay, right. So,
like not to toot my own horn, but the cookies that I made for you.
Yeah. Okay. So that would Okay. So you know bun into seeds and fixes it for Lafi, and you make a variety. You fix you dig out the eggshell kind of thing, and you know. You pull out the clump of sugar and the hair that fallen into it. Yeah, and you
one of Rusty's scales.
Yeah, one of the fingernails. Yeah,
it's a full scale.
One of his the I don't know what it's called, but some lizards, their eyes gunk over.
Oh,
yeah. So you pick that out, or you rather you don't.
You roll a 9. It's not terrible.
I've died again.
Yeah.
Just chuck it out the window, and you begin again, and you get off to a flying good start, but it will take you a little while.
I will say one of the things that I wanted to make was this is just a cute little thing for Riptide. I want to make sea salt and caramel cookies.
Ooh.
She's a sea elf.
Yeah.
So I'd make some of them as well as
just the kind of person who doesn't watch what they're eating either. They're just naturally very active.
Yeah.
So she's just gobble stuff down.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah. I mean, I do that, but I do not look like her. So, but let's get back to this argument between Wolf and Lou.
That I'm blissfully unaware of.
Yeah.
I forgot where we were. Oh yeah. I cannot be idle for too long.
Why?
Because of personal reasons.
Tell us, Lou. You told us
what is your real name?
My name is Lorelei. Hello.
Ew. What a weird.
Oh.
Are you an orphan?
No, I'm not an orphan. There's a picture of me and my family on the bookshelf.
Oh, I thought it was
there isn't anymore. It's not there anymore.
I have let you into my house, and you are telling me nothing, saying, let's do this. You're not giving me any information. You're just saying, let's do this for money.
We are going to be stealing a magical weapon needed to stop a war.
From who?
For... Let me check real quick, because...
they were called the Black Rock Tally, and they are a well-known criminal organization.
Yeah, they're the Black Rock...
Tally.
Twinkles. No,
Tally.
Twinkles, because... No, I know the name, but I don't want them to know, criminals. The Black Rock Twinkles, and we are going to be stealing from the Samora crime cartel, because we're going to do a good thing and steal from criminals.
Would I have heard that second one?
The Black Rock Tally would definitely have heard
I know.
More, make a history check. I'm trying to think, would this be likely or not? You don't really get involved in this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're new. You heard about them in passing. The Black Rock Tally are kind of. I don't want to be
I know.
So they're organized crime who don't want to push it too much. They've got their little niche carved out.
Yeah.
They pay off policemen rather than beat them up. The Samora are a very aggressively growing criminal organization who do cause problems.
So I probably would have interfaced with the Black Tally at some point.
You've met one of them.
Yeah.
But you would have
two evils.
I mean, it depends. So they are massive. They have fingers in all the pies. They are really a dangerous organization to come up against. the Samora are looking to prove themselves, kind of thing. I don't think you would have come up against either of them, like on a mission. Like maybe you followed someone and you're like, oh, okay, this is through the Black Rock Tally. I'll report back to this. I don't want to get involved in it, kind of thing. That may have been your only interaction. And that fella you met on the way out was a dickhead.
Yeah. I don't have the brain capacity for this right now. Lafi, thank you for the meal. I'll be back in a few hours. And I head out. And I give Lafi the keys.
Yes.
Yes, I'm moving in.
I live here now.
Who wants to come with me to sell these armors?
When are you leaving? Because I'm like, you know, just still sorting all of this out.
In about half an hour?
Yeah, I'll come with.
All I'm saying is Wolf is the one with the bag of holding full of everything.
I thought I took the armors out.
I'm carrying them, okay.
If I want to sell them, you're going to be back an hour, so just quickly, you know.
Whoop. Yeah, so now let's, instead of jumping with Wolf, we will do is we will briefly follow the people who are doing shopping, because that is hopefully easily and quickly brought to an end, and you know, depends really. What guys? What are you looking to do?
Do you believe that?
Well,
you just want to sell your armor, right?
Yeah, I just want to sell my armor and buy a hand crossbow.
Oh, okay, that's nice and easy. So, what armors do you have?
I have 2 hide armor,
Okay.
1 leather, and 1 skin.
Oh, one second. So, 1 hide armor, 2 hide.
2
armor.
hide, 1 leather, 1 splint.
Okay, cool. 1 second. I'm just bringing up the shopping thing because items. Here we go. I don't know the cost of things off the top of my head. Okay, I'm just going to Google it. How much? I'll tell you what. I'll give you 100 gold for the lot.
Splint as well.
Sure.
Okay. Well, you know, don't want to argue with it. As you are out and about, you know, you have to. There are plenty of armor shops here. There's shops that specifically serve for armor. There's shops that specifically serve for like metal armor. There's shops that specifically serve for robes and wizards' robes and stuff like that. There's shops that do specific types of weapon stuff that specialize in bows and arrows, crossbow, all that good stuff. So you're really well served. The streets are bustling. There's lots of people out. It's actually quite a nice atmosphere in there. You get rid of all this armor. I will say all in actually, because splint armor is quite expensive.
I just sent it. It's
how much was it?
10 for leather and hide, so it'd be 30, and then 200 to splint.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you 230 for the lot. But yeah, you get rid of all that. You sell it. Yeah, you know, you're walking away. You're happy. There's stuff going on in the streets. There are people. You know, again, there are always acolytes in the streets trying to convert people to their religions. There's this one particular guy who's preaching about how great Baphomet is. Not Baphomet. It is Baphomet. No. Bahamut, yeah, I got that right. That's 2 very different ends of the spectrum. Yeah, Bahamut is there. He's talking about how great he is following the Silver Dragon. There's a guy there preaching about Pelor, and there's a guy preaching about this guy from the Visiting Dawn who's doing this really articulate speech about not what religion can do for you, but what you can do for religion, and about how you know there's this cult of individualism out there at the moment, and that people need to start putting others first and realize we're all part of like this one world kind of thing, and that if we give up on the extremes of our individualisms, then we'll be a lot happier because we're not chasing. It's very articulate and very compelling speech, and a lot of people like nodding, like stroking their chins. There's all this normal stuff going on. There's urchins running throughout the streets.
Sorry, I have a question. Is Rusty with us?
Do you want him to be?
No.
Okay, he's very sad to be left at home.
I just don't want somebody to see him that shouldn't.
Okay.
Maybe I give him like my sketch pad and like pencils and let him colour in.
We could buy him a cloak or something like that.
That's why I wanted to. Yeah. So you said there was like a shop that sells like cloaks, right?
Yeah.
Can I've just turned to Azalea and be like, "Do you want to go clothes shopping with me?"
Yeah. I can. No, I can go with you. That's fine.
Okay, cool. And then I just walk into the
Okay, yeah. So you head into the shop. This is very specifically like a non-magical wizard shop. It's selling, but like you could find one if you want to. This is like fancy robes, fancy.
Okay. It'd probably have to be like kid-sized, wouldn't it?
You could very easily find like
halflings like that.
Halflings are a thing.
Yeah.
Halflings, gnomes. Yeah.
So I just find. I mean, I wanted to get him something that was like sort of disguise him, but I'm not sure of like what that would be. But if there's no magical ones, I'll just grab like a basic one, just so he's got something.
Yeah, you're able to find something that would like. You walking around the street, there's a lot of people who are like covering their face. You know, Wolf wears this mask that you guys got quite used to quite quickly. It's not very unusual to see people wearing or completely covering their faces. There's people walking around in those like plague doctor masks. There are people walking around with the complete bottom or complete top of their halves hidden. There are people wearing similar masks to Wolf, but not as ornate. There are some people wearing like COVID masks, or people whose faces are completely in shadow, or you can just see like a snout or whatever. It's not unusual. So you can easily find something that'll like just cover Rusty from prying guys.
Okay, how much? Just to get
like a gold
stuff. Okay, cool. I'll just do that.
Won't offer him any extra protection that you can use as like a blanket or something.
Yeah.
And then keep the rain off him. As you were walking out,
would a hand crossbow cost?
A hand crossbow is like I think
I have it.
Yeah, if you have
it's 75 gold.
75 gold. Okay. And bolts are separate. Like they work out like.
Oh, they're really cheap.
Yeah, they're not expensive.
75 for hand crossbow, and then I believe
it's like 5 for 20 for bolts, isn't it?
I think it's less than that. It's like 1.
Can I exchange the crossbow bolts for arrows?
Yeah, but you can't fire arrows from a crossbow.
No, I know, but I have a short bow, and if I have a hand crossbow, I won't be.
A case of 20 crossbow bolts is 1 gold.
Oh, so you want to exchange the arrows you have for crossbow bolts?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so you can do that. You get rid of your you sell your short bow or whatever, or hand it over and these. Yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah, a case of crossbow bolts is 20. It's 1 gold.
Yeah, that's 20. As you're leaving the store, the three of you, you're walking past this guy. He's like a very nondescript looking guy, and he's wearing these dark robes with this this sun motif on them, and he's speaking. His voice carries. He's not speaking loud. It's like each of you here today is looking for something. Why else would you be here? We go looking for things we have lost. Yes, well, I am here to tell you there is nothing you have lost more than there is no such thing as loss. From our earliest days meeting in living rooms, church basements to this very moment, our message has always remained, you are complete in yourself. There is no struggle. Struggling has failed. Struggling is what wakes you up every day, wondering how much more you can acquire, how much more you can use up, how much more space can you take up in this world, when the question we really need to ask ourselves is how much less can you use, how much less space you can occupy. There is no struggle because there are no distractions. To say that you are wrong or I am right is to divide us. Therefore, we deny there is such a thing as right or wrong. These are exclusionary constructs designed to foster the illusion of separateness. There is no such thing as disunity. There is only the great binding nothingness of all things. At one time we were one. We will be one again. And this message comes to you direct from above. And he casts his hands up to the sky as the sun is beating down. He raises his hands up. He's got this like smile, and all of his acolytes are clapping, and people are like looking a bit confused, and some people are like golf clapping, like.
Very clearly like rolls her eyes and like she doesn't believe shit of what this dude is saying.
Would I recognize the sun symbol?
No, it's a relatively new one. It's a so it's like it looks very similar to the symbol of Pelor, or that any old sun god. So Pelor is like is like Mr. Sun God.
He's like the Dawn Father, right, or something like that.
Yeah, he's like the Dawn. Or there's Pelor, there's Dawn Father. Yeah, this is slightly different. It's smaller. But it's kind of it looks like it's in motion, like it's so the sun gods, all the references are the big orb in the sky. This has like motion and direction to it, and these guys are all about all about self-sacrifice and about how we can give up some of our individualities for the greater good of all things. And some people are buying it, some people are not, and they're handing out leaflets and little like meeting up things and stuff. And they, the god, the people on the other side of the square who are worship like the traditional god of Pelor are glaring because they're losing a lot of people to this, because they're all very like tea and jam and cakes at the moment. It's all very Church of England, and there's this kind of slightly more fundamentalist religion that's kind of taking their worshippers away. But yeah, you head through the streets, and where is it you're heading after you've been shopping?
I'd probably head back.
I do still need to get a couple of things.
Just to keep Rusty company.
So I heard Kudo as well. Was it?
Yes, I wanted to go to a weapon shop and a magic item shop.
Okay, sure. What was it you're looking to buy, Azalea?
I need to get a gilded skull.
A gilded skull. Okay. I suppose you'd probably want to go to like an apothecary or a magic.
Is there a difference between a gilded skull and a golden skull?
It's the same thing. It's just covered in
because
gold.
we have a golden skull. Yeah.
We have one.
I have one in the bag of holding.
Is it worth a certain value?
It's worth 20 gold.
No, I need another one.
Okay.
So add a few of your gems and like increase value that way.
Just put them in
you could do that if you wanted. If you wanted to up the value, you could take it to a jeweler's and he could up the value of it.
Could I possibly up it to 300 gold pieces?
I'm not there.
Do you have gems that are worth 300 gold pieces?
We have like
900. Gems worth 900.
This is the problem when you split the party.
No, you know what? I'll get it myself because I wouldn't want to like put people out by asking if I can steal their money essentially. So.
Okay, but yeah, you do have that, and you could like. I think one of you has proficiency in jewelers' tools. But Kudo, you're after a magic shop and a weapon shop. You say?
Yes.
Yes. What do you want?
From what? From which one?
From either. From both.
So from the weapon shop, I wanted to see if what I could do with the 3 land shark tooths I have. Bullet or what it was.
Oh, the bullet tooth. Okay, yeah. So that's a CR4 creature. They are like they have some magic mojo about them. You could make them into daggers, like magical daggers, perhaps like +1 daggers, or have them made into +1 daggers.
Ooh. How much would that cost?
So you're bringing the parts in. It would probably time and labor. Let's say that would cost you 100 gold for 3 of the daggers.
Okay, if you let me see what's available in the magic item shop, I'll probably come back and do that. That's okay.
And what was the magic item? What was it? The other thing you wanted?
See what's available.
Okay. Okay. So you are in a really big city. What is it you want? I do not have a shopping list prepared for this. But what is it you want? I can quickly have a look for unusual things, but is there anything specific you're looking for? Because if you say no, you're just poking around. I will generate 3 random magic items.
Yes, do that and then go to someone else. I'll look into it.
Okay, 1 second. So so you find in the shop there's just like normal everyday magical accoutrement, but you find one thing in there that really catches your eye, but it's very expensive. It's 750 gold. It's a staff of arcane numbness. Whilst you're holding it and while you are attuned to it, concentration cannot be broken as a result of taking damage.
Oh, right.
It does not offer any pluses to any spells.
It's just kind of useful.
And it requires attunement from a spellcaster.
Yes, which is not me, but I will keep that in mind and tell the others.
Technically, you are a spellcaster.
Yes, technically, but not one that profits from that.
Yeah.
You
not
also
at all.
I'll just have to revisit that price, but let me have a look at it. You also find that's boring. You find some scale mail. that looks like it's actually made out of sort of the scales of a magical creature. When you are wearing this heavy armor, this heavy scale mail, you gain a +1 bonus to AC on top of the normal armor bonus. You do not have disadvantage on stealth checks, and your speed is not reduced while swimming.
So scale mail is medium. I don't know if that's different.
Is it? Oh, okay.
No, not interested. I have my already specialized armor. Yes.
Okay. And the last thing you find is a quiver. Each of the it's like a multi-compartmented quiver, and each of the quiver's 3 compartments connects to an extra-dimensional space that allows the quiver to hold numerous items while never weighing more than 2 pounds. The first and longest compartment is bound to a private storage space that holds up to 6 long objects such as bows, quarterstaffs, or spears. The second and third compartments are bound to ammunition reserves. Together they hold 6 javelins and 20 arrows or bolts. Any ammunition drawn from these compartments has a +1 to attacking damage rolls. These compartments are replenished to their maximum capacity every day at dawn. So that is basically every day you have 40 +1 arrows or crossbow bolts.
Yeah, because I use so many bows.
And it's a shame Cerulean Wolf flounced off by herself, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, but they're the 3 items that catch your eye.
Yes. Is there by any chance a mantle of protection, or what it was called? Or something similar?
Mantle of protection, let me
Cloak
see.
protection?
Cloak, yeah, cloak, mantle, whatever.
Cloak. Can you roll me, please, a D100? Let's find out.
Of course, I can always roll you some die. That's a 35.
No, you can't find it.
Aww.
You're looking in the wrong end of the city.
Any other cloaks or something?
Jesus Christ. Let me again. Yeah, there are plenty of other cloaks, but none of them seem to be magical.
Okay, I will just.
For today. I will create a shopping list for you. If you tell me things you're specifically looking for, I can see how easy it is for you to find them. If you give me some notice, what I don't want to do is just be like wandering around as you go. Ooh, how about a ring of protection? Ooh, how about shoes of protection? Oh, how about a top hat of protection? Oh.
I would actually.
If you give me, sounds sick as fuck.
I want a monocle and a top hat of protection.
Yeah, but yeah, if you have specific magical items like that, we can look for them together as a group. You just tell me what it is you want, and I will try to find it.
I will go and make myself some 3 dagger +1s.
Okay. It will take a few days for them to make it. It will it cost you 100 gold. You would only be able to resell these, but you won't be able to like sell them each for 100 gold each. These would probably be sold for like 50, 60 gold each. But they would be +1 daggers.
Yeah.
They're not pretty looking. They look horrendous. But yeah, he said, yeah, come back in a few days and you'll have them.
That is great.
Ignore that.
Okay, so who is there anyone we've not spoken to apart from Wolf? Who was that?
Azalea.
Azalea, sorry, I just heard a me in the background. So yeah, Azalea, what is it you would like to do?
Okay, there's a couple of things I'd like to do. The first, I am hunting for a gilded skull.
Yes.
That is worth 300 gold pieces.
Okay.
So apothecary, possibly. Jewelers, if not. Otherwise, I need to hatch a plan to nick one out of the museum. But that's the options.
So let's do some checks. Can you make? I'll give you 2 options. Make an investigation check or roll a D100. For the D100, you're looking to roll over 60. For the, I'm not going to tell you what the DC is on the investigation check.
I will do an investigation check. Let me just get out 1 second.
Start the day with advantage.
Oh yeah, okay. What have I got? I have. Oh, I don't have a huge plus to this. Okay. Why are you not rolling, please? Why is it not coming up? I think I have lag.
Can you see the number?
I cannot. I cannot.
I cannot.
Okay, I'll just have to do the D100, I guess, if it's going to be like that.
Well, you could just roll the D20 and add your intelligence to it.
Well, my intelligence doesn't as high as I'd like it to be, so I think I'll do D100 instead. Because I forgot I'm not an intelligence caster. Okay, here we go.
You're looking to beat 60. Well,
that's not what I meant to roll. I'm having a great day.
Oh,
60 on the dot. What are the fucking chances? I'll tell you what the fucking chances are. 1 in 100, and you are like 1 in 100. So,
wait, what?
Yeah. She rolled the exact number she needed to hit on a D100.
Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ wanted me to have this roll.
Yeah. So did Barjar Blast. So yeah, you mooch around the city. You see a jeweler's, and you're about to head into the jeweler's. And you think, would a jeweler's who looks like it sells exclusively necklaces and earrings sell a gilded skull? Probably not. Would the apothecary? Probably not. That looks like it sells like herbs and stuff for spells. I'm gonna head to a magic, like a magic whammy jammy shop, and you head into the magic whammy jammy shop, and like perched in there is a Kenku who is like cleaning all these items. One of which is a gilded skull. It looks to be the skull of a hobgoblin, and in the space of the eyes there are these bright green gems, and in space of the teeth are these like they're not diamonds, but they're like a clear gemstone, maybe quartz. Or like not quite clear, but like a white gemstone like quartz or something, and it is priced at 350 gold.
Oh wow! Hello there.
Hello there.
Are you just repeating me?
Repeating.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that bitch.
just be like, that gilded skull is 1 gold. It's got to repeat it.
It's that skull over there. Are you selling that?
Selling that.
Lovely. I see it's got a price on it. Is there anything you could do a little bit lower for me, by any chance?
See, they got a price on it.
Yeah, and could you get it a little bit lower for me, please?
See that it's got a price on it.
Right, but you're not going to sell that to anyone else, right? Who has much value with a skull?
Value of a skull?
Yeah.
He's never heard anyone else talk.
Not that high, huh?
Huh?
Right. Yeah, great interaction. Here's 350 gold.
James, that Ken could never heard anyone else speak.
And it takes a gold of you. Thank you for your custom.
Oh,
You bitch.
And it winks at you. Goes, apologies, I do not often get a chance to play with new friends. Yes, 300. Unfortunately, we cannot reduce the prices of the item on the shelves, as they are often required for spell casting reasons. And if we reduce the price, then they may not be used for the spell intended. So we have a policy not to reduce.
Out of character, I think the only spell that uses this is the one I've taken, which is a necromancy spell.
Oh, he wouldn't know. He's a Kenku. He's stupid.
Okay.
All Kenkus are stupid.
I mean, there are other things you like. There are some spells that require what's the one? Hero's Feast requires like a thing of like 5,000, a chalice. Oh, there's one like the dragon one that requires a
so you could use a spell as a chalice.
You can. Well, it's empty, isn't it?
It's not.
It's like maybe it's like an infant hobgoblin because it's missing the soft spot on the top, so you could fill it with something.
Well, there's a hole in the bottom. You could fill it.
Yeah. You can fill it with Kool-Aid. Oh yeah, but no, he very clear, very clear. Don't ask, don't tell vibes in this place.
Okay,
he also has a giant bag of holding of weed in the corner.
Amazing. Like, do you want to smoke together? No. I also am just wondering if you have a rabbit's foot at all.
Yes, we have those, and he kind of directs you over to a tray of, for lack of a better word, tourist tat, of which rabbit's foot are a thing.
They're just on keychains and stuff.
Yeah. These are all rabbits. These are all real animals that we've been.
Rabbits.
Were all rabbits. If you bring 4 of them together, you still don't have a full rabbit. But
him saying real, these are real, makes me question that. Are they real?
Do you want to insight him, or do you want to investigate the thing?
I'll insight, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell that. Well, I mean, you may not trust him, but he doesn't seem to be lying his body language doesn't. I mean, he rolled a 3. Presumably, your passive insight's higher than that.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be. He's just being quite forthright.
Okay.
So, the rabbits, like, they don't grow on trees, but they do breed like rabbits. So.
I guess that's true. So how much are you selling these for?
They're like 5 silver each.
Amazing. I will take.
I say,
I just need one.
Since you've bought this fantastic skull, you can take one.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
Sale of the day.
Perfect. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
Lovely. And then I would like to wander off some. I was going to do this in the morning, but the atmosphere was not great. It was not super conducive to being comfortable. They were very off. So I want to try and find like a secluded outdoor place somewhere. Like if there's like a little park that has like a little copse of trees, I can just go in.
Yeah.
Sure. And then sort of meditate and try and commune with my spirits.
Okay, what is it you're looking to commune to do?
This is more just RP for like the spells I'm gaining.
Okay, yeah, sure. So, yeah, sure. So you find a quiet area. It's near a babbling brook. There seems to be some animals nearby, like birds tweeting. It's a very serene place. There's one guy who's like, clearly sitting there just to try and enjoy his lunch from the other side. It doesn't pay you any mind. Like you kind
of just hears like cackles coming out from the forest as after I go in.
He raises his book slightly so you can't see him at all. Yeah, and you can take a moment there, no problem.
Cool, and that's me for now.
Okay. Is there anybody else?
I'm just back at the apartment.
Okay, you're making stuff. Rusty's there with you. He's drawn some really crap pictures, and he's like,
"Hey, no, they're amazing.
Yeah, they're amazing, buddy. And we're gonna put them up, and Wolf is gonna see them, and she's gonna love them.
I'm gonna put them on the fridge that doesn't exist."
So here's the question: is Rusty's artwork better than yours, James?
No, it is the same.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. And it's like I've done it on my phone as well.
Okay. I'm gonna finish baking, like have the little hamper ready, and then I'm just gonna like sit down with him and like teach him the basics while everybody's out.
Have you seen that? Right, I didn't like this video, but it's a viral video from a couple of months ago where a woman, presumably a gran or a mother, was baking with this kid, and this kid was like ferally grabbing every ingredient and like trying to shovel it in his mouth, and she was saying it was hilarious, but for me it was really impulse. It was really bad behavior.
Yeah,
totally judging them, but whatever. He's like that. He's like, anything you bring out, he just like not grabbing it, but like you stir this, and he's just like eating handfuls of flour.
I would like so I don't help him with if he comes over to help me with the cooking, I'll just like pick him up and put him back down on the sofa and like not in a mean way, but like be very stern and be like, just wait there, and then I'm gonna come and help you colour, okay?
This is when Lafi gets mad.
Yeah. He starts colouring. I'm afraid, Wolf, your coffee table has crayon all over it. Oh, you don't know this. You'll find this out when you get back. And he spilt juice on your carpet. But Wolf, what the fuck, man? Where have you gone?
I've gone back to the hunt.
Okay, you've gone back to the hunt. As yesterday, it's very busy. Today is a little bit more organised chaos. There's definitely something, like, people are really on edge today. A lot of people running about yesterday. Everyone's a bit more furtive today. Like, no one's running around. Everyone's trying to, like, keep their head down a little bit. And you can hear, as you enter the ground, you hear, like, the occasional yell, which is quite unusual. And as you walk down the stairs, like, people are rushing past you on the stairwell. A lot of people you kind of, like, half recognise but don't work with. There's definitely
that's Bob from accounting.
Yeah, that kind of thing. There's just not great. The energy's weird. It's a weird vibe.
Can I mean, is this in the hunt or is this like just in the main place?
This is it's in the hunt building. You see, maybe you see like cadmium rat.
Can I just go up to like the first person who I know somewhat well and be like, what's going on?
Oh, so you let's pick someone. You recognise the Auric Panther, who works under Isaac, who gave you the mission, and they're looking around and goes, oh well, after the death of the Emerald Baxters,
they died.
Well, we assume so. That the safe house was visited, and there was it's a bit of a mess. We can't find any of the bodies, though, but we're just assuming. Well, Oscar, the Black Jaguar and the Viridian Swan have agreed to bring in. Have you heard of the Penitent Claw?
I've heard of them.
Make a history check. It's not Fane's Fear Undead.
I've been the same.
You passing references, but don't.
What was the name?
Penitent Claw.
I recognize the name.
The claw. The better way than do this. Like, they investigate blood hunters. There's a rumor of a mole in our organization, and Viridian Swan, and what's his name? I literally just fucking said it. Black Jaguar have agreed to bring in the Penitent Claw to observe the members of the hunt to see if they can find out who it is. They are. It's stressful. It's a stressful time.
Are they here now?
I believe they're in with Swan at the moment.
Fuck.
Okay. It's just one of them. But yes, it's well. Anyway, I better get back to it, and he kind of like just toddles off.
What? Who was that guy?
That was. Who did I say
Something
it was? That was the Auric Panther who works under.
I was just trying to look at my notes, see which one it was, because I was. Yeah.
You don't know him very well. It's kind of like passing your
I know. I just have the list. I was trying to figure out which one was I can remember.
I had to pick a word I could say. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you picked all the stupidest colours. Okay. Can I go over to Swan's office?
As you head through the training areas, usually it's just people like training willy-nilly, like blades flying everywhere. It's very anyone who's training is super regimented. Like you walk past you walk past the Ivory Viper, instead of doing like a handstand shit like she was doing the other day, she's like just kind of like robotically throwing these daggers. She doesn't even react to your being there, and every time she throws, instead of throwing like 5 in a row, she walks to it, pulls it out, and makes sure it's all like smart and clean, and she's like clearly elsewhere. But you head in over to the office, and you can see the windows are tinted, but you can see 2 shapes in there. You can hear like muffled conversation.
I will wait.
Okay, you wait for a few minutes. The conversation kind of peaks up. Like clearly, it's a animated conversation. You hear the odd word. You hear you hear like octopus, wolf, ebony, and you hear like the odd word that you think, oh, they must be talking about either me or a specific person. The conversation goes up and down. After 2 or 3 minutes, it kind of peters out, and you hear this like muted, quiet, and like farewell, and this very, very lithe woman in a. It's like she's got like quite animalistic features. Like her teeth are a little bit sharp. Her eyebrows are very bushy. Her hair is wild, but she's very smart. She's wearing this studded leather arm. She's carrying this rapier that's just all black. Just completely black rapier in a black scabbard. Very unassuming, but carries herself with a real kind of poise. Strolls out, kind of glances at you. Doesn't say anything. Just
do I recognize?
You wouldn't recognize this person at all. He has like a symbol of the Midnight Hunt, but like everyone has you've got your pack under Viridian Swan. There's a pack under the Black Jaguar, the pack under the Black Leopard, but it's all they're all kind of got their own unique little twist. This one is like a new one, you've not seen it before, and she just kind of strolls out, and everyone, as she walks out, everyone kind of stops what they're doing and watches, and she just walks up the stairs and leaves. As she shuts the door behind her, you hear this thump on the wall on the inside, like something's crashed into the wall on the inside.
Oh shit. Okay. I will take a moment or two, like 30 seconds to a minute, and then knock on the door.
Who is it?
I do
your knock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a moment, and she goes, oh, "Wolf, come in."
I walk in, close the door behind.
Make a perception check.
24.
You as you're closing the door behind you, you see this fist imprint that's like collapsed the not plaster, like dinted the wood next to the door. Like someone has punched the wall so hard they've like cracked the wood.
Okay.
Like right next to the door.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's properly smashed it. And like as she goes, sit down. It's all. Oh, I thought yesterday was stressful. Don't mind me. I know it's only 10, but I need a drink. How about yourself?
No.
No. Okay. Well,
I'm looking at her, not cold. Like, I mean, obviously, I usually have a blank expression, but like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't sound like slightly colder than usual. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I know what you mean. 1 second. Her passive perception is, pretty fucking high actually.
Yeah, I would assume.
She kind of like has her back to you. You, I imagine, stood there quite. If she's just like nails this shot, she's kind of like looking, and she turns around and she goes, "Something I said?"
Just take like a deep breath, because this is not. Because I know she's already not in a, a normal mood. Yesterday. Remember yesterday?
Yes, I believe I remember yesterday. You have to. It's been yesterday was a hell of a day, a hell of a week, and it's just getting busier and busier. Which specific part of yesterday?
When I was in yesterday, the second time, with everyone.
Yes.
Just you see, because when Wolf stormed out, she was in a pretty angry mood, essentially. But I assume her passive insight obsec is high enough.
Yes.
That she can tell that I am holding back, getting angry.
Listen. I'm sorry we had to take the staff away from your friend. It's with the bigwigs downstairs, but on the flip side, I do have some good news about her little pet. It looks like it's
not a pet. He's a person.
The kobold. Whatever.
Yes, he is a person.
Yes. I can't remember his name.
Rusty.
But Rusty, yes. Oh, Rusty. The Rust kobold is called Rusty.
We didn't name him.
Make a social check.
I didn't name him. It's true.
Oh no.
Remember, you got hero points and advantage.
I'm not gonna.
Okay, so she kind of give you an idea.
Well, I didn't actually name him.
So. Okay. Okay. Well, so she's good. Well, good news about Rusty. So the good news is they only want him dead because they think there's a prophecy that he will prevent an ascendance of a dragon. So it's not like they need him dead for a specific thing. They just kind of want him dead. So. If you're happy babysitting him, whatever, then you can.
So they want Rusty dead because
he's prophesied. There's some strange prophecy. I've not read it. What was it? He was prophesied to stop the ascension of the chosen replacement for Algad. So him being around will stop in fact the full prophecy is the last of the Rust kobolds will prevent the ascension of the chosen replacement of Algad. So it's him just being there should be enough to stop whatever it is happening. They wanted to kill all of the Rust kobolds, and then clearly in that hilarious switch of fate have created the perfect antidote for their own stupidity. That's in the past, but as I say, the bigwigs have got the staff. Kind of dangerous to have it on the streets. I don't really know that girl you were with, so I'm sure she's trustworthy, but it's very dangerous out.
Wolf just takes another deep breath, and she didn't sit down. She's standing.
Swan sits down and kind of throws her legs on the table, and like kind of notices you still sort of. She's like, she's looking at you now, like a bit more directly.
Okay. I'm just going to say, I don't like how you were talking to everyone yesterday. I know it's your job to do that sort of thing, to talk to people, to be assertive, but it's not how you get through to people. It's how you scare people, and they do not need scaring.
She puts her legs down, and she kind of stands up to a full height, And she's like 6'5". This woman's
Oh
really
my God,
Jesus
She's really well, maybe not
Christ.
6'5", maybe like 6'2". You know, she's a lot
Yeah,
taller
that's
than
fine.
you.
Yeah, that's,
She's really fucking tall, and she's wearing like these boots with like, you know, with the boots. So she's probably 6'5", and she kind of like, leans onto a table, and she's got this like half smile on her face, and she goes, "I'm a fairly scary lady, Lorelei, and often it's the quickest way for me to get my answers. I don't always have the time to be nice."
Sometimes you have to put in more time. It's not always the best solution, especially when I know that these people are not. They do not need to be scared. They are, at least most of them, they are my friends, Illyria.
And she like cocks an eyebrow, and the smile kind of widens a little bit. She says, "Well, it's nice that you've finally found a group that you could call your friends. Is that all it is?" And she's gonna be like, look, really like now the piercing look that she was giving Lafi and Kudo yesterday is like turned on you. It's like very rare for her to kind of like look at you like this. It's like she's like staring like high beams kind of thing at you.
You can think whatever you want, but I care for these people.
Oh, that's the worst fucking roll. 12.
Do you want me to make a?
No, well, I mean,
check?
no, that's what she was trying to get a read from you. And like, you know, I know that was a truthful thing. She goes, "Well, that is actually very admirable. That you care for them now, and I'm assuming by that it means you will be continuing to travel, or at least look after them. Will they be joining us in the hunt?"
They will not be joining us in the hunt, but I want to stay with them.
Well, it's always good to have outsiders, outsider expertise every now and then. A word of warning though, Lorelei. I've told you before. You reminded me of my sister, my younger sister. Did I ever tell you I had sisters?
I remember hearing it once or twice.
Do you know where they are now?
I know they are not with us.
They all died. All of them. Every
I'm
single
aware.
one.
Why are you trying to guilt trip me now?
I'm not guilt tripping you, like this is just, there is a reason why we put up barriers and we operate in a way that you may seem scary. I don't always have the time to get to know these people. It's because I can't always run the risk of getting to know these people, because we operate in a very dangerous area, and those people we care about operating in that area too can and have and will be taken away from us moving forward. So just, and this is all new to you, and this is different, and I'm sure they'll be well protected under your under your guarding eye, but this is why I've always tried to be forthright with you, why I've always tried to protect you. You remind me of my sister. I would hate for what happened to me happened to you.
I take a beat to listen. Because even though she didn't say it, it feels like she's guilt tripping me in some way. It feels like she's playing on my emotion, essentially.
And you could insight her if you wanted.
I don't need to. And I want to say, you also said that Lafi, she has a name, looked like your sister.
Well, she passing resemblance, very pretty girl, yes. Of course, my sister had, she had different hair, shorter. My sister was a little bit taller, a little bit broader, a little bit stronger. Pretty girl. Just Lafi. She's just reminded me. She has the same zest for life. Or rather, she had.
Someone who leads an organization such as this one, you are very much stuck in the past.
If we don't learn from history and the mistakes we made in the past, we are doomed to repeat them.
It seems like it, but I don't think you've learned.
Well, maybe I have made mistakes in the past, but I don't think putting my trust in you has been one of them.
I don't think that's a mistake either, but I think you mentioning the fact that people look like people you once knew to really someone who you don't know, even if I know them, it feels like you're stuck in the past. And I know what it feels like to be stuck in the past. I deal with it every night. And I wasn't even there.
When she kind of like turns to the side a little bit, she's looking down at her desk now, and like she's like, when she was talking to you a minute ago, it's like she was manifesting largeness, and now she's kind of retreated into herself a little bit, and she picks up this she picks up this belt, and it's this off red belt. It looks very, very old. She's running it through her fingers. She says, "There was the reason I was taken aback and say you remind me so much of my youngest sister, and she reminded me of another of my sisters, and the four of us, we were inseparable, absolutely inseparable. And then when the war broke out, one by one in front of me, they were taken. So please forgive me if I take some pleasure in seeing a representation of them in this world 150 years later." Were it not for the similarities you bear to her, or even in this, I do not believe in reincarnation. I just she kind of like shrugs like she's lost for words. I will defer to your judgment here. If you believe these friends of yours are trustworthy, I will believe it too. I would not wish to cause any rift between you. This is not a nice thing for those you grow close to have them torn apart. See, at this point, she kind of like turns her back on you a little bit, but you can't see her face.
My insight to see what she's feeling.
Yeah, go for it.
17.
1 second. 14 plus. Yeah. So she looks like pretty upset at the moment. Like her shoulders aren't shaking, but her breathing is slowed, and like you hear her, like she's trying to pull herself together.
While she's turned around, I am taking my mask off. I'm just like hooking it to like my belt.
After about kind of like 10 seconds, she turns around. She's like,
I want to say, before she turns around, I am going to say, not in her head, I'm not your sister. I've never claimed to be your sister, and I don't want you to feel that I'm special because I look like her. I'm who I am. Reincarnation or not, I don't believe in that sort of thing. Well, maybe I do now, but I don't want to be. I'm not angry at you. I'm
disappointed.
I don't make good decisions a lot of the time, and I don't want this one to be ruined because I feel it is a good decision in my heart. And I'm saying this with my voice.
With your voice. So she kind of like hears your voice, and she's still got her back to you, and she looks up at the ceiling, and she kind of like puts her shoulders back in. She's like swelling, like trying to manifest that power she had a moment ago. And she turns around and she goes, "No, I know you're not Marina, and you are stronger than her in many ways. So it's just a fleeting phrase, and your friend does. The elven blood, no doubt. You've proven yourself," and she kind of like wipes the side of her face a little bit. You've proven yourself in many ways, Cerulean Wolf, and it's nice to see you breaking out of the boxes you've put yourself in. There are a few things that you should probably know whilst you are back in the city. There's, as I mentioned yesterday, there is a few things happening.
The tally.
The tally, yes, I didn't think I'd mention them. They were next on my list to mention. I'll come back to them. The Emerald Baxters we believe, after a bit more investigation, have been killed. We don't know who. We believe it's to do with the chloride path, obviously, and we believe they have a presence here in the hunt, and we have brought in the penitent claw. Beware of the penitent claw. I'm sure, I know it in my heart that it wasn't you. I know factually it wasn't you because you were out of the city at the time. We know where you were. It couldn't have been you that did anything to the Emerald Baxters. However, you, like everyone else here, will be under investigation. The penitent claw are hunters of blood hunters. They specifically train to take down rogue blood hunters like ourselves. Be very careful what you say around them. I know you have nothing to hide, but anything they detect that they think is improprietous, improper, you shouldn't be doing, or your association with people that you shouldn't be, they will come down on you hard, and they are not a forgiving group. This particular one, as she kind of flicks her notes, Zetenia, I believe, is a particularly hardline member. But, as I say, nothing for you to worry about. You may just have to put up with their presence at some points. A few other things worth mentioning. If you are in about the city, you mentioned the Blackrock Tally and the Samora. They are at each other's throats. We are trying to find out why and try to bring it to a close. There was a incident last night where one of them set off a magical device that destroyed a cafe and injured a great many people. We're trying to prevent that happen again. What else is it? What else? I believe. Oh no, the other thing as well. As a congratulations, it seems maybe improprietous now, but never mind. She goes to a cupboard. She opens it, and in there is this beautiful crossbow. Like a lot. It's the same kind of power and size of yours, but it's made out of this like almost quicksilver material with like pearl inlay. It looks a lot lighter than yours, and it breaks down into smaller pieces. And she hands it over to you, and she goes, "Congratulations on your successful return from the Lupin Vale. This is for you. I had it commissioned as a small congratulations." So she kind of like hands it over and shrugs. And she goes, the ones you've been using, they aren't as fancy as this. This one is lighter, will be easier for you to hide, if you will, and quicker for you to reload as well. So you do not have to worry about that too much. Was there anything else? Was there anything? It's all very confusing at the moment. So if you are in the city, you do hear anything about the tally. Previously, we would have gone to she starts flicking through her notes. The Malatite Hawk is on leave at the moment, out of the city.
Why?
Very poorly. Malachite. Oh, the Hawk, Lilypad. She's out of the city at the moment. She's out of the city at the moment. She would have been our first port of call.
Why is she out of the city?
Well, we do not know. She's The timing of the Emerald Baxter's disappearance and her disappearance is not identical, but we would very much like to know where she was around that time, but no one's been able to locate her. So we don't know where she is, but we would have gone to her with regards to the Blackrock Tally and the Samora. She has the connections in the criminal underworld. She would be our go-to there, but she's not there. So if you do know any connections there, we would be very grateful for an insight into the Blackrock Tally. It would benefit.
One of the members that I went out with during the Lupin Vale mission, they seem to have some sort of connection with them. I'm not sure what it is, but yesterday they spoke of a artifact that what were they called? The Samora had stolen from the tally, and that is at least one of the reasons of their current situation fighting each other.
That does make some sense. Well, if she knows any more about it, I'm very glad to hear. Oh, the other thing, that was it. The Tally and the Samora are both using these arcane weapons. The Samora have brought them in from outside. We think they're stealing them directly from the nets. That is a problem in of itself. Though the Blackrock Tally are using disposable magic devices. You mentioned in your report Weirbiddle Skiddle. We believe he is supplying them with the weapon, well, the items. We don't know for sure. He may be captured by them. He may just be building them for money. We don't know any of the specifics.
Do we know where he lives?
I would assume he, at the moment, is under protection from the Blackrock Tally.
That makes sense.
Oh, this is the final thing. Sorry, it's been an awful day. We mentioned Runo coming into the city as part of the initial forming of the Lifespring Alliance 100 years ago. The anniversary is in a few months. You, I'm afraid, have pulled the short straw and will need to be attending the ceremony. It's in about a month's time. Suited and booted, top hats and petticoats, full works. You are representing the Midnight Hunt. Your associates, by all means, can attend. It will be in Algadane, I believe. There will be some event, it's in a, I'll get you the details. It's in a castle somewhere. I recommended you for it because I thought you could do with a break. It would be a nice party atmosphere for your friends. I'm sure you will absolutely love it.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Well, do not. But remember, Laurie, as much as I say you do remind me of my sister, you are. I know you're your own person. I do not believe in reincarnation either. I have grown very fond of you over time, and you do continue to impress me. And do pass on my sincere apologies to your Lafi and her Rusty and the Trash Panda. I didn't catch his name. Kudo.
I thank you for everything. This and this, and I sort of now take the crossbow and look at it a little bit.
It's real nice, nice.
I don't know what's going to happen, and you know me relatively well. You spoke about connection, and having people close to you ripped away, and I'm scared. I don't know how to feel. It was a interesting journey through the Vale, but I don't know. Lafi, we are very close, me and her.
All I would say, when you grow close to people like that, is treasure them. She takes this fabric that she was kind of running through her fingers, and she places it on her desk, and she opens the straw, and she takes out these other, like, 2 pieces of fabric. There's a red one. There's really, like, battle-stained red one that looks like it's pulled off, like, ripped off a piece of armor. There's the other 2 ones that are coated in one. She goes, because if they're gone, all we're left with is memories and bric-a-brac. She takes this large, like, it looks like a crystal, like an emerald from which this was our mother's. She said we were all facets of the same gem that spawned us. She hands it and it catches light, and the rainbow, casts a rainbow around. She spins it, and it does that really cool thing that light does when it's refracted. She spins around. She goes, and these things are nothing but receptacles for our memories. So just treasure them whilst you have them, and take good care of them. That's all I can say. It's the only advice I can ever give.
It's like knock my head down, and thank you.
My door is always open to you. Unfortunately, now I have to deal with Crimson Bear. So I must ask you to leave because I need to mentally, physically, spiritually prepare myself.
Good luck. I just walk out, put the mask back on as I exit.
As you close the door, you hear like a little gasp from the room, like she's like catching the breath. But yeah, where'd you go next?
I go back up.
Everyone's there. It's a fucking party. The house, presumably, smells of what is it you're baking? Cookies, muffins, banana bread.
Before Wolf comes back, could I
trashed her apartment.
Oh yes, that as well. No,
No, I would have been like, sit down, no, you, Rusty, get down, no. Oh my god, Azalea, please don't smoke in the house.
Rusty really like hyped up and doing way too much liquid and just watch him piss on the floor.
You just walk in and Lafi's hair is like standing on end while she's trying to like make everybody do.
When I walk in, I ignore all that and I walk up to Lafi and I give her a hug.
Aww.
Again, a cheekish whistle.
I don't even say anything.
She'd just be like, "Oh, are you okay?"
Yes, I'm okay.
I made you a cinnamon roll. I don't know if it's good, but and then I just hand you a cinnamon roll that's like still warm as I'm still piling like baked goods into a basket.
Wow. You made a lot.
Yeah, this is right. So listen to me carefully. Okay, this is for Cal. Because you need to apologize because you shot him in the legs. Okay? Wolf, just say okay.
Okay.
Okay, take the basket.
Now?
Yeah. Azalea, do you know where they are?
I probably would, right? Because I came in.
Yeah, you probably would, yeah.
Yeah.
They're in like a they have like a base of operations. I'd say they've got like a pad they hang in. I don't have a map for.
Are you sure it's not the well?
That's just
it's just a huge well. No, they have because they're like a fairly well established adventuring party. They have like a Silverhooks investigation, like kind of
like a PI's office,
like a PI office. Yeah.
Can we just walk in and Riptide's wearing like a detective's hat?
No, she
Stop it! You're doing numbers to me.
In one of those like really tight pencil skirts from the.
Oh yes. I think we should go very soon, Will.
Yeah.
I still wanted to do something.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I want my pencil skirt too.
I wanted to meditate over my sword.
Okay.
Calling for something with what's her name? Spirit.
Miranda.
Yeah, Miranda.
Oh, right, okay. So you're trying to communicate with Miranda. So I will say it's too busy to do it in this room. So you take it out.
Before everything, when I came back, before everything else happened.
Yeah.
Well, the balcony is also probably not.
Yeah, the balcony is probably okay for you to do it on. So you're outside. You putting the sun on there. So can you make me? I don't want to keep having you do religion checks.
Oh, it's okay. I can do them now.
Okay. So can you do
Please give them to me.
Yeah.
I took expertise and everything with it.
Okay, so 14's not bad, and you do start with the drink. So you're casting it over it. You're reaching out. You've been using the sword enough a little bit. You've been chopping down, monsters, trees, all sorts of shit with this sword. Big plants. You feel that you've been doing quite a good job with this sword, and you reach in there, and like it's not like it's sentient. But you can definitely feel like you're getting like vibes off the sword. Like you're getting. It's not communicating thoughts, it's communicating feelings. So for example, when you got into the Looping Veil and the blade started pulsing, that you knew it was trying to alert you to something, whether it was danger or whether it was this aberrant creature, or whether it's something it wanted you to do, or what you know this sword was alerting you to do something. Now it's just like passively pulsing, like very irregularly, like a resting pulse. It's just like woof, woof. And there's like the feeling that you're getting from it is this almost anxiousness, not like full-on anxiety attack, but like restlessness is probably a better word. You're getting like this restless vibe from it. but that's what you get with a 14. So you definitely feel that it's happy with you, but it wants you to. There's something it wants you to do. Yeah.
Can I see if can I use advantage still, or aren't you gonna allow that?
Yeah, I can give you more based on that. So as you use that, you'd have to re-roll it. Sorry, you'd have to re-roll it.
Oh come on, twice.
You have a hero point.
You do have a hero point.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna use it.
Okay, yeah. I'm afraid, that's all you get. But you get vibes that the soul of the being that inhabits this blade, or the soul of the being that created this blade, rather, because it may well be that this blade isn't made of metal. It could just be this
soldiers.
Yeah, it could be forged, weaponized soul. Is happy with you wielding it, and that thinks you've been doing a bang-up job, Sunshine. But there is something else for you to be doing.
Popping up some more.
Yeah. But yeah. So what y'all doing?
Dragging Wolf to the Silver Hooks. just like, come on, nope, we're going.
Are you all going?
I think because I know the direction.
You need to take him. Yeah. Lou, are you going? Kudo, are you going?
Yeah.
Sure. I want to see a spectacle.
And in the way, I'm like, well, there's a war going on, so we will criminals. We will be working around the city, because gang wars are bad, and we need the money.
I'm starting to talk now.
Oh yeah, I'm talking the whole way, trying to convince you that we should do the job.
I know you're trying to convince me, but you decided to talk now rather than earlier on.
Yes.
She needed time to think about her argument.
I'll think about it.
Oh, that's basically a no, but okay.
I honestly don't know what you mean. I think
just
about I think about it is a maybe.
Just like turn and whisper to Luke, leave it with me.
I trust you.
It takes you about 15 minutes to walk to where the Silverhook are, and it's not in the nice bit of the city. It's in the more urbanized area, let's say. And there are a lot more people there. This is where people live. That the shops aren't quite as nice, but they are like breezy. It's still a nice place, but it's not as like serene as it was in the center. You approach where the Silverhook, where they kind of basically Cal and Timothy got out of the car, and Jericho and Riptide brought you to where you were going, and then they came back. And basically, it's like a shop above a group of houses. So you have to walk. So it's got this relatively weather-worn sign that looks like it could do with a fresh coat of paint that says the Silverhook Adventuring Party, and it looks a bit slapdash, like they had a mate do it for a couple of quid. And it's kind of swinging in the breeze. The door is open, and it leads up a flight of stairs.
I forgot to do this now.
Well, yeah, I think it would be, nice.
Okay. Okay. I sort of walk up and knock on the door.
You hear, come on in.
Yes.
I step in, not really expecting to hear Riptide's voice, but I walk in.
Oh, it's you guys. Nice to see you. Hey, Azalea. Hey, guys, Azalea's back with her friends. Oh, Wolf, nice to see you again, Lafi. You fucking little guy. And she gets rusty. She brushes his head.
Oh,
Lou, nice to. Oh, you didn't introduce yourself to Lou. You gave a fake name, so it doesn't know what to call you. So she's like, oh, guys, Kudo, good to see you guys. Have you been? You been good?
Good enough. Good enough.
Yeah, good. Do you want a drink?
I look at everyone else.
Do you have kombucha?
we got kombucha. We've got milk. We've got water, and
I didn't take Riptide for a kombucha kind of person, but alright.
Don't tell Lou that. She'll mix them all together.
I was actually offering you something a bit stronger. We've got whiskey. We've got ram.
It's like a whisper to Wolf. What's wrong?
I'll
get you a ram, you'll love it. Guys! And she yells down, guys, Azalea and her friends are back.
Do you have absinthe?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Of course got absinthe. Wait.
You
She slams like 6 glasses on the table, and she pours like hefty measures into each one.
Oh my
and she
god!
hands them out, and so it's like imagine like a fortified wine, like a 20% proof wine, but she gives you that measure of absinthe.
Oh my god!
Azalea like subtly pushes her glass to Lou instead.
Yeah,
I
she just knocks it back. She's just woof gone.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go get him because they're not coming. Guys, go on. You're being rude. I don't know if I'm gonna stay with these guys. They're a bit rude. And so like they come clattering down the hallway in regular clothes, not in armor and stuff like that. Not carrying any weapons. You see Jericho, who's the halfling. You see him quickly followed by Cal, who's got like his hand on his shoulder because he's like hobbling a little bit. And then following up, like trying to walk, like trying to like get past them, can't quite make it round in time. Is Timothy Footboy as he like strolls around the corner. His eyes light up, Cal's eyes light up, but Jericho fucking glares at Wolf. And
I'm just gonna wave, like, hi.
Yeah, and he's like, Cal's like, oh, hi guys, hi, don't shoot. Oh, she's back. Oh, no, I'm only messing. My legs.
Awkward.
You're okay. I might never tap dance again, but I never tap dance.
Oh my god.
So, come on, guys. No hard feelings. As he reaches out to shake.
I shake his hand. I'm sorry. I do feel terrible about that.
It's okay. In retrospect, I can kind of see it might have been a bit suspicious what we were doing. We thought we picked a safe space. I think next time what we'll do, guys, if that's okay, is we're going to put like a fence round so people really know, or like warning signs. I think that's probably the best.
Yeah, and maybe
I'm just gonna like,
maybe
the
maniacal laughter's not the best after.
Yeah, but have you used one of these things?
No, and I don't want to.
Oh, they're so much fun.
Stop talking.
Oh.
Lafi baked some stuff for you, and sorry, I just like hold it out. Like,
guys, we've got cookies.
Please just you take as many as you want, Cal.
Cookie. No, he starts like nibbling on. Oh, these are. Oh, did you roll a check, by the way, for the bacon?
Yeah, I did a hero point.
Oh, you did a hero point. Yeah, so he starts eating them, and he's really enthusiastic, and then he bites into one, and his eyes go wide, and he's like, this is really good. And he starts. He hands one out to Jericho, who kind of like very like Wolf, very stoic, kind of pushes his hand away. He's glaring at you, Wolf, like just like staring at you fucking daggers, and he goes, "Yes, Cal's legs are fine now." Might have to be quite.
I feel even. I mean, obviously, like Cal's like seeming like taking it okay. I feel terrible seeing Jericho's expression. I don't know how. I can't apologize. I don't know. I feel sorry. I just
like put a hand on. I just put a hand on Wolf's shoulder and just like whisper, "It's okay. All right. You're doing a good job."
Yes. Well, so long as we have learned from the experience. We're not shooting random people in the street, are we?
It wasn't the street. Yes.
Just say that if Wolf stopped people shooting others in the street, that she would make it up to you.
Well, it's not about making it up to me. It's about making it up to Cal. And if Cal's forgiven you, I suppose I can forgive you. Timothy at this point is like trying to get in at the cookies, like, reaching over, and Riptide like slaps his hand away. So it's not for you. At
this point, I'm gonna take out like a little package that's like wrapped in like brown paper with like string around it, and just hand it to Riptide, and it's the sea salt and caramel cookies that I made for her.
Oh, doll, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. What's this for?
Just as a thank you for helping us.
Oh no, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. I have one right now, and she bites. She goes, oh yeah, these are. You're really good. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, little guy, is he allowed to have one? Is he allowed treats?
Yes. Half of one, maybe.
Yeah, maybe half. Sugar rush, you know.
She gives half to Rusty, who's like really enjoys it. Yes, these are very good. She goes, oh yeah, you guys can come again. Yeah. So, what do you think of the absinthe? I brought it from home. It's a true sea elf absinthe. made out of seaweed. Not for everybody.
What?
I know it's not for everybody, but it's good.
I don't really drink.
Oh, but you'll have one with me, won't you?
Can I ask her to make a persuasion check?
Yeah, you definitely can ask her to make a persuasion check. 1 second. What was it doing that? Come on. Sort your life out. Ah.
Sort your life out. Oh god.
25.
Yes.
Oh no.
Just a small one. Please.
Yeah, these are all small measures, mate, and she gives you effectively half a pint of alcohol.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just, like-
she's like you like when she turns around, you've got to like kind of move back in case you get like barreled in the face by shoulder or boob. She's that tall, but she's like, yeah, she's really like she pours herself another drink and she's like noticing that
Do
no
you
one
have
else.
straw?
Do I have a straw?
No, I sorry.
Okay. No, I'm afraid I don't. What? Yeah. What do you think of it? Then tell me. You say it's my family's recipe.
I take a small sip.
It like if it's got battery acid in it, it's for the colouring. It's like. Ugh.
Did you have to take your mask off to drink?
No, I use the straw.
Okay.
It's.
Yeah, it can be like that on the first time, and I'm told it not only puts hairs on your chest, but it puts hairs on the palms of your hands if you're not careful.
I will just take my mask off. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it makes your eyes water. Rusty, do you want one?
Don't.
No.
I won't give you one anyway. I'll water it down for you.
No.
It's so
Can I have
strong.
one?
Yeah, of course. You've got a glass. Do you want another?
Just
I
pull out
put
a
it in
fridge
my-
and give it to Rusty instead.
The cap is
I put it in my water skin and I'm mixing it with, I think it's kombucha water.
So,
and-
it's water, sambuca, tea, absinthe. Oh,
Oh my
Oh
god.
man.
What are you doing
absinthe.
with that? Are you just brewing some poison?
This is
No.
actually loose poison.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Oh my god. It's the
So,
poison for loot. Loose poison.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna put these cookies away because I will eat them all now if you don't stop me. They're really good, but I'm gonna put them over there. Does anyone want anything a little bit more social to drink? Maybe a beer, a water, gin and tonic,
Yeah.
Tea would be great if you have any.
tea. Yeah, I
Do you
suppose I
have
can do tea.
actually, I'll run out. I can get some.
No, sit down. What do you want?
No, it's fine.
No,
I just
you're a
have
guest,
water, it's fine.
guest in our house. What
I
does
don't
you
want. I don't want to ask for.
Well, it's really awkward now if you don't tell me.
I just had a very difficult conversation. I really want a hot chocolate.
A hot chocolate. We can do your hot chocolate.
Okay. Thank you.
Sit down. Right, I'll be back in a minute. And she like goes off and gets everyone starts getting everyone a drink, and like Jericho's kind of like, still glaring, just like complete nothing on his face.
I'm looking down at my sitting on the table, just look down on my lap.
I just imagine you two sitting next to each other and it just being like just no communication whatsoever.
Well, I'm like
Can I
looking
be
down at the ground, just not.
Can I be like sat right in the middle of them, trying my best to like get them to speak? Like, so Jericho, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I come from the hills of Algadane to the west. I'm a halfling, clearly, though I wear shoes. I mean, he gestures down at his feet.
Where in Algadane?
Wait 1 second. Let me just bring up my notes. So you're from the east side. He's from the west side. He's from close to what's it called? He's from close to. He's from kind of the south of the forest where Kudo's from.
Okay.
Like there's some hills near there that he's from. He says yes. My family. I became a paladin in honor of Algad, and yes, I met Timothy and I met Cal a few years ago, and ever since then we've been somewhat inseparable. And recently we've met Riptide, and she's really shaking things up, and like a small grin cracks on the side of his face.
She is very nice.
She's
eccentric.
very forthright, forthright. And Cal leans forward and goes, "Yeah, she's she put Tim right in his place. It was really
I heard
funny.
about that. Azalea told us.
Yes.
Wish I could have been a fly on the wall in that situation.
The thing about Tim is, and like he's like kind of over in the corner, like making sure the Riptide isn't coming back, and he's like edging forward, edging back. He's like doesn't know what to do himself. He cannot help himself when he sees a pretty face. But if by himself, like, you know, out in the wilds, he's okay. He's you know, gets on with it. But the minute you bring a pretty face in front of him, he just becomes the biggest tit you will ever see in your life. And it's really funny, but he doesn't do himself any favors because he literally repulses women. I've never seen anything like it.
I just like nod my head.
Wait, has he not? Has he never? Has it never worked?
I don't think he's ever.
Oh
my god, he's a virgin.
No, I don't think he's ever been kissed. It's a little bit sad, but he's built it up in his head, and he thinks he has to be like super debonair and charming all the time, and he could just, you know, he could just be himself. You know, he could just like himself. He's okay. I will say he is okay. But he's like, when he's around women, like Riptide has, I think, done in the world a good by just socking him one in the mouth. Honestly,
I'm just gonna turn to Lou and go, Lou, I'll give you a gold piece if you kiss Timothy.
No. I think we should leave him to it. You know how it is. Like the sickest deer in the herd gets killed first. It's fine. We just leave him to it.
The thing is, he's a very powerful sorcerer, and he's got a lot of, you know, he could be. He's a very powerful mage. He's more powerful than I am, and I'm a wizard. And you know, he could be he's a great asset to the team.
How old is he?
Oh, you know, he's an elf. He's quite old. I think he's about 100. But like in elf terms, that's like 20.
Yeah, you'd think he'd have learned in that time.
Well, I think he grew up in he was a lot of very old women around him, and he never got to like socialize with as a kid. He was like the golden boy when he grew up. You know what I mean? We met his family a couple of years ago when we were out on a job, and we met his family. And Cal is like really. He talks with his arms. He's like everything is with his arms, and you know, he's knocking things.
It's like not his legs.
Yeah, and like Jericho is like sitting next to him and like nodding, and like every time he looks at Cal, like he's smiling, and then he looks back at Wolf and he's glaring, and he's ambivalent to the rest of you. But he's just watching Cal talk, and then he's like, yeah, we met his family. He's got his mum was really old. She's 700, so she had him very late. And since then, you know, it was him and then her. You know, they were from like this old sect, and because of the way he was born and, you know, his lunar powers, they were like, oh, he's ordained, he's going to be world changing and all this. When in actuality, well, he may well be when he grows. You know, he finds himself, but at the minute he's just Timothy. And then, he sees that Timothy hears him, and he waves over to him, and he smiles and he goes, come sit down. And he like very like downtroddenly comes over and sits down and says, hi guys. Hi guys, and then he says he's like, ladies, and then he brushes his hair back, and then like Cal like slaps him on the leg, and he goes, sorry. So
as he does that, I'm just like, there's like hold Lafi's hand because he makes me fucking uncomfortable.
He goes, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be good. Hello, I'm Timothy.
Hi.
I remember all your names.
What?
Go on then. What are they?
Well, you're Cerulean Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
You're Lafette, which was my auntie's name, so I remember that.
Fucking hell. Sorry.
Huh?
Yes. My auntie, my mother's sister, and there was obviously we know Azalea, Kudo, and
God, I forgot the guy's name. Jesus Christ.
And that of course is Rusty. See, I remembered.
Well done.
Yes.
How have you been?
Since
so awkward.
So yeah, in Lafi's head, it's like, okay, I hate small talk.
I've been okay. I didn't get to try any of the biscuits, but you know, maybe next time. Maybe I'll do something so I can try a biscuit. And he says that hopefully.
I just take another one out of my bag, and I'm like,
oh, thank you, yeah. And he kind of like nibbles it. It's like, I don't really like chocolate, but it's nice.
oh, okay, well.
No, it's just, you know, if you make more next time.
Do you have a favorite kind of cookie?
I like macadamia.
Okay. Lafi will remember that.
But
Can I ask? Sorry,
yes.
would this is to you, not to Timothy. When Wolf grabbed Lafi's hand, would Cal or Jericho had seen it?
I mean, you're sitting in front of them.
Yeah, but would they like see it?
I mean, are you trying to be subtle about it or what?
I'm just grabbing her hand. I'm not.
So passive perception for these pair. Oh, geez, it's restarted every time I open the page. Passive perception for Cal is 14. Sorry, Jericho's 14. He's quite wisdomous for a paladin. He's quite wisdomous.
What is
and 11 for Cal. Probably wouldn't notice. He's pretty. You know, he's pretty.
He's like talking with sounds. He's not.
He's a crafty wizard. You know,
very eccentric.
Very eccentric. He's very clever, but he doesn't pay attention to what's going on around him. Yep.
Okay, just
so like Jericho would notice, and he's like he like looks like he's going to say something, but then doesn't.
Okay.
And Tim's like Timothy's like, yes. So how did you have an adventure?
Actually, this is what I want to know. Would Tim notice?
Oh, that's a good point. What's his? So, see, he's not actually named Tim in here.
I know.
Where is he?
It's like
His is 11, and
okay.
Cal's wisdom was 10. Yeah, Cal is even more oblivious. So, yeah.
Well, he might, but it doesn't matter that much.
He's like, yeah. So how did you get on with your? Well, Azalea was telling us that you guys were fighting some kind of weird kid-sucking plant.
That's bad. Terrible phrasing.
It.
Well, I know, but paraphrasing.
Bad phrasing. It went well. Well, we all
you're all here.
Came out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you save the veil? Because when we picked up Riptide, she's saying that some of the kids were orphaned.
Well, that was.
We got rid of the big plant.
Yeah, there was a lot of things, a lot of werewolves. I got bit and found out right.
What happened with you guys?
Yeah.
Well, we finished our our experimentation, and this is Cal now. I probably should come up with voices from Cal. Well, we finished our testing of the equipment. It took me a few days to be fighting fit again.
Every time he mentions it, Wolf just like goes, looks down,
cringes.
Not cringes. He just feels terrible every time.
Yeah, it's just a few days till I was back up to fighting shape, but you know, it is what it is. There were a couple of things we had to do, so there was a few more days of testing with the tablet, which I know you guys were using, which is great. And when we've got to, we've got to fill in our reports. And then we've got to get them back to Weir, but he's not reached out to us yet, so I don't think he's in a rush.
Do you know where he is?
I know where he was. He delivered the stuff here. It was a while ago now, so probably about 4 weeks ago he dropped it off here, but we haven't seen him since. Only chatted to him on the tablet.
Okay.
Are you guys looking for work from him too?
I think we just wanted to talk.
I'll warn you, he's a bit weird. He's a gnome.
His name is literally weird.
Oh, that's the first
weird
tough course for us.
No, I mean, like, so gnomes are eccentric anyway. He's a rock gnome, so he literally used to live under the ground. And he's
a rock gnome?
He's a rock gnome, yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit eccentric. He is obsessed with magic. Do you understand about fundamental forces?
They're fundamental, of course.
Yes. So, I'll explain it. And he gets his cup of tea and he like tips it out. Literally holds it up in front of him and just tips it out onto the floor. He goes, "Well, that was a fundamental force. That was gravity."
That's a waste of tea.
Yes, but so the gravity took the tea and pulled it down towards the ground, and there's nothing we could do to intervene to stop that happening. That's why our feet stay on the floor all the time. Yes, you understand? Easy concept. Yeah, you understand about gravity. Yeah. Yes, and you understand about light and heat and stuff. So once you warm something up, it will naturally get colder. That's a fundamental force of the heat dissipating. You understand? Yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy. He believes.
Is he mansplaining to us?
Well, no, he's bit excited. He says, he believes.
Starting a physics lecture.
When you can only talk to Jericho and Timothy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. But yes, so he believes, rightly or wrongly, I don't know, I've not had a chance to investigate it yet, that magic itself is a fundamental force. So obviously we can, the things I can do with magic, I can create, and he creates a firebolt in his hand. I personally, because I'm...
wrong choice, okay.
Oh, sorry. And he changes it, and it's like burning ice in his hand. It like literally changes into like, but it's like his eyes glow. He's like loving the fact that he can do it. He goes, yes, this is. So I can change magic, but he believes, and he kind of like dissipates it in his hand, that magic is a fundamental force of its own that can be replicated or twisted or used in other ways. Twisted is probably not the best word, but it can be replicated in other ways using the other fundamental forces. He's obsessed with it, which is why he creates all these little items and tries to replicate magic using the other fundamental forces. So lightning, we all know that lightning, when lightning hits, it burns, but it also charges and make your hair stand on end. What? Edging in the corner. What?
That doesn't matter.
That
was ages ago.
Yeah, it's only just come through for me. It's like, so he's able to replicate the effects of the spell Lightning Bolt. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar, but it is literally, as it sounds, a bolt of lightning that shoots from the caster in a long line and causes a lot of devastation. He's been able to replicate that without the use of any magic whatsoever, which is very impressive, I think. And he thinks he can do that with all sorts of things as a way to be able to reintroduce being healing. Well, the spells that used to be akin to necromancy. He's trying to do that. He also is a very, very competent and very skilled inventor. He was able. Well, I don't know if you heard, but there was a ship he tried to create that used the currents underwater to create pockets of jet propulsion.
Oh yeah, we read about that.
You saw one of them?
Well, no, kind of. I'm sorry. We heard about them.
Oh, excellent.
I would still have the book, wouldn't I, that I got from...
Yeah, I think you probably would. Yeah, Cal starts talking, he goes, well, there was this ship that he made, I think it was about 10... He said it was about 10, 15 years ago. That was right, wasn't it, Jericho? And Jericho was like, yes, 10, 15 years ago, dear. Yes, 10, 15 years ago. Called the Coriolis. And he created this magical engine using this unique ore that he'd been able to create that would allow for rapid, or almost, I believe, instantaneous travel from one area to another, much like the spell Teleportation Circle or Teleportation, but you could do it for the whole ship. So this whole ship, which was very long, the size of like a war galleon, everything on it could be teleported from one place to another instantaneously, and it could do that as often as it wanted. And they, he thought he had it right. He sent the ship off as a test, but unfortunately it never reached its destination, and we think it was lost in the
Did it have a name?
Well, the Coriolis.
Okay.
You may remember it. It was a newspaper article. I remember reading about it.
How long ago was it?
I think it was about 12 years ago. Yes.
That probably wasn't.
How did you learn about all of this?
Oh, I love books. Simply love books. And he brings this book on top and dumps it down, and it's this huge like grimoire, this really intimidating looking book. But when he opens it, it's all like paper cuttings that he's like stuff that he's shoved in there, like we like glued it on, and there's like all like coffee stains, sparkles, jam, all that shit in there.
Can I like reach into Wolf's like bag of holding and take out the book that they found? I'd be like, have you ever read this one? And it's like the smart book.
Yeah, so immediately he
actually he probably needs it.
Yeah.
His hand to his mouth, and he's like, oh no, no. So that isn't for me.
Lafi, that's
Timothy. This may be one for you.
No, I just put it back in the bag.
I think you should give it to Timothy.
I trust me. I've read some pages. He does not need that idea.
He needs to learn some experiences.
No, he does not need to learn those ones.
You need to give him some fantasy riz.
And unless you two are just planning on using that book, I think you should give it to him.
Oh my god.
So Cal's like looking really confused. Maybe it's Riptide's drink. It can have an effect. It opens the capillaries in the face.
It's not that. Don't worry.
I do love that you can do the psychic speech. By the way, it's very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, did you learn that, or were you born with it?
I was born with it.
Oh, I see. I can do this, and he he starts. He concentrates on the cup, and he levitates it, just using his mind.
Okay.
Yes, it's telekinesis.
I know.
Please don't tip that tea on the floor too.
No, this is empty. I'll go get another one.
Whoever made that tea is going to be very mad. You don't make Riptide mad.
Oh no, she's a sweetheart.
You won't like her when she's angry.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She's we're trying to convince her to stay with us, but she I don't think
she said she was more of
a loner. Yeah, a lone wolf. Yes.
Riptide, I think the the offer still stands if you wanted to come with us as well.
Oh, guys, I was thinking about it. I really want to. Well, maybe I will for a little bit. What have you guys got on the horizon? What's next for you guys? Because these boring pricks are going to be sitting around for the next 2 weeks.
Well, there was a few things. One of them.
Lou wanted to do that thing.
Yeah, Lou wanted to work with criminals.
Well, you know what? There's a motto where I'm from, a very important one. I think between you pair and Lou might really get on board with. Be gay, do crime. Just saying.
That feels like
incredible.
Oh my god.
Wolf just thinks. She just stares at the spot on the table, just thinking for a solid 30 seconds.
You can see that there's Timothy and Cal are having trouble with that statement. Timothy oh no, 2 off the table, and Cal's
oh
yeah, and Cal's like oh like that.
Can we have a quote?
Well,
that's cute, guys.
I'm not gay. I mean,
okay.
I can't be
the odd one out in the group, eh?
I mean,
I'm
I can't be
I'm
money.
gonna turn to Riptide. I'm gonna turn to Riptide and be like, "Are you?"
Oh no, I don't box myself in like that. I'm just looking for the right person's.
Plural.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
I'm an elf. I live a long time, and if I find somebody who keep me happy for 100 years, and I have to find someone new, that's just the way that it goes, isn't it? It's the way the Jackie crumbles.
Give Azalea a side eye.
At the minute, I'm happily single. I'm not looking for anything serious right now, but I am looking for a bit of money.
Give Lou side eye.
But if you want, I have this nifty job if you want to tag along.
I'm avoiding eye contact, by the way.
In Azalea's head, I'm saying, maybe you should give Riptide the book.
Oh, brilliant.
Your book.
Who do you think it was based on?
By the way, I said in Azalea's head. She's the only one who heard it. So.
Well,
straight up, although Riptide's so hot, Azalea knows this is too much woman. Way too much woman for her to handle.
So she goes, no, what I'm looking for, seriously though, is these guys are just been out on the way. They've got to do their bookkeeping, whatever it is. I'm just hanging here for somewhere to sleep. I like the guys, are really fun, but I don't know if they're not doing anything adventurous. I'm sure they wouldn't mind if I go off and make some money, and they just shake their head like, no, it's fine. And Cal's eating another biscuit. It's gonna go straight to my hips. And then Jericho leans in and whispers something to him, and they both kind of share a little.
I make a perception check too.
Yeah, sure.
You know what they whisper.
Yeah, he whispers, leans in. It's effectively a halfling for more cushion for the pushing.
Oh boy!
Wolf just goes.
I'm going to be so angry with this one.
Oh god.
But yeah, so
Wolf hears that, just looks at Lafi, just
But anyway,
in what way are you looking during that conversation?
No, not in a weird way, but it's like a surprise, just
what do I do with my face?
Yeah.
Lafi didn't hear it, so she's like, oh.
So guys, I'm just you said about a well-paying job. I'm a creature of negotiable morals. I don't really want to be killing guys, but if the guy needs killing,
there will be no killing involved.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm down if it pays well. What does it pay?
1,000 gold
Each?
I don't know about each. We will have to, negotiate with the guy.
I mean, if there's 6 of us, he probably won't want to pay 6 grand if he's prepared to pay 1. But you know, a couple $100 gold would sort me out. Yeah, I'd be down for that. 100 or so gold. Yeah, that'd set me
I'll
up.
don't accept. By the end of the day, I will come here.
Well, what do we have to accept today?
Not necessarily, but he is expecting me today.
Wow. Okay. Well, I tell you what, I'll come with you. You guys all look a bit, you know, a bit more rough and tumble than you were last time I saw you. So, I think you'll be able to hang with me a little bit more now. I won't be killing everybody, but it'll be interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I've never been to the city before. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys a bit. You know, it's a little bit too much sausage at this party for my liking. And Timothy looks devastated.
Oh.
He leans and goes, "Yeah, I'm very sorry for how I acted before. And it's very much like he's not looking at you, he's kind of looking kind of up to the right, like he's trying to remember a phrase. Like, if I caused any offense or made any sexually inappropriate comments, I am dreadfully sorry." And he looks back at you, and then he smiles.
I will accept your apology
Oh.
for 3 copper.
He goes, "Well, three coppers is doable. I can do you 3 copper." And he pulls out 3. He holds his hand out, and then he spreads his fingers, and there's 3 copper between his fingers. Like he just like magics in there.
Oh
And
no, he's a magician as well.
I would like to
It's literally a
steal
magician.
them. Sleight of hand.
I mean, he's handing them to you.
Is
Oh,
there,
perfect.
Is there like a space in the room where I could like walk over away from people but still be in the room?
There's like a corner, yeah.
Can I like take Timothy over and just like talk to him?
Lafi, be careful.
He willingly goes. He's like,
Lafi, be careful.
sorry.
I'm
I
fine.
thought my well, it's nice to speak to another elfkin.
I just had a really quick question.
Yes.
So Cal was talking about your family.
Oh yes.
And he mentioned that you have an aunt called Lafette.
Yes. Aunt Lafette.
Did you ever meet her?
Oh yeah, I've met her a few times. She's still alive.
Oh, okay. No, sorry, I've had a bit of a weird few days. Yeah, I just had to check. But
No,
I accept your apology.
Oh well, if there's anything I can, you know, you ever need anything, I'm blessed of the moon goddess herself.
Took my hair behind my ear. Okay.
Yes, if and like he make an insight check.
Okay, I don't know if this is.
I'm glaring at him from the outside of the room.
16.
Let me see. Yeah, I mean it's like he fully believes what he's just told you. Like he's covered in like moon stuff. It's not like he's just made it up. You saw this before. He's got like moon paraphernalia falling out of his ass.
So I would just say to him, like, do you know? Have you ever heard of? And then she's like trying to recall the information. She's like, the sisters.
The Little Sisters, yes.
The Little Sisters. You've heard of them, yes?
Yeah, they've you know they're legend, myth. Yeah.
How much do you know about them?
Oh well, there's a few stories I remember from my childhood. Obviously, my aunt was named after one of them. Pretty common name among the older elves, anyway. There was one that I really caught, like one story I remember, like I loved hearing about when I was younger. Obviously, they were all really, you know, really powerful creatures, and there was this tale of Miranda the Star Weaver, and she was a celestial demigod who could weave the very fabric of the stars themselves and create these images in the skies. And with this magical loom she crafted these tapestries that depicted the destinies of mortals and the futures of the magical lands. And it was said that those who gazed upon the tapestries could catch glimpses of their own fates and futures. Anyway, so Miranda's loom was stolen by like this friend of hers, or I say friend, this jealous friend of hers, leading to this like great imbalance where she tried to create her own destiny this friend of hers tried to create her own destiny. But you know, Amanda had to go on this great quest to overcome it, so to get it back, retrieve it, and she overcame all the formidable trials. And empowered by the moon goddess, and on her journey she became a symbol of hope and the pursuit of knowledge, and this is why I wear her symbol here. And he like pulls out one of his necklaces. He's got like, he's like Jim Morrison. He's just fucking laden with these things, like more like Flavor Flav. And he's got loads of them. And he pulls out this little one, and it's just this like bright star above a moon.
Okay.
And that was the story of Miranda, yeah, the Star Weaver. But there's loads of them. I say there was Rosalind, the Moon's Guardian. The Ballad of Cordelia was a nice one. Lafette's Moonlit Quest. Dione and the Labyrinth. What else was there? There was a few with Lafi actually. Lafette. There was the Lost City of the Moon Serpents and the Elemental Trials. The Moonstone Conspiracies. There was lots of them. They're collected somewhere. There's a book of them somewhere. Maybe not here. Maybe at home. Children's stories.
Yeah, I would be very interested in reading that.
I'll see what I can do. I mean, there's a library. I'm sure Callum might be able to tell you more about it. There's a library outside the city to the east.
Okay. And then I'd like go and sit back down with everybody.
He hates to see you leave, but he loves to watch you go.
Oh,
James,
stop it.
By the way, when Lafi turns around, and I know you say that, he's probably looking, so I'm I'm staring at this.
He's looking at this this symbol, and he like kind of like glances back at Lafi, and then looks back at it and looks at her again. Like it's just like a vague look of like confusion, like who'd ever heard of an elf that hasn't heard of these stories, kind of thing. He's not like perving on her. No, he's not perving on her. He's in his own little world. But if you're glaring at him, let's see, his passive insight is not good. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so you guys eat biscuits and drink tea, and Riptide tries to get people drunk, but it is like 11 in the morning. But yeah, so we will leave it there because it's 11. I've eaten my crisps.
What crisps?
Prawn cocktail. Sorry.
Prawn cocktail.
I know. It apparently tastes like vagina, but.
Oh, Darren!
What?
Oh, it's on such a long story.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
One of my...
Sorry.
I can't believe you put the bots in and you're gonna make me tell the story. there was a guy that I was with like a long time ago, and he was completely against the idea of giving girls head because he said that one of his exes tasted like prawn cocktail Pringles.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, babe, that was just
flavor.
She just had like some sort of chemical imbalance. That's not like they don't all taste the same.
Apparently, that's bacterial vaginosis.
Yeah.
How fun.
I was like,
Specific, like,
wow.
Yeah.
To like refer to like it's that chip with that flavor, like 2 days in
At
the
least
sun.
it wasn't
Can you
crunchy.
imagine?
Like
Oh, James.
No, it's so funny because now his trauma is going to be every time he goes to the supermarket and he walks past a prawn cocktail crisp to think of his ex.
Safe to say the relationship didn't last long.
When he gets to know a new girl, he's asking, "What kind of Pringle
oh,
taste are you?"
He's like, "I need to give you a smear test before we start."
Oh.
No. That sounds like something like a drunk.
D&D,
like,
please. Let's just play D&D, please.
I'm thinking, like, would there be a good flavour? Because, like, barbecue, no.
Oh,
Cheese
God.
and onion, no. Salt and vinegar, definitely no.
I think ready salted is
Ready
the
salted,
easiest you
yeah.
can go.
Let's just play D&D, please. Let's just play D&D.
Okay.
Imagine them finding the one girl that's like rich.
Please stop.
Cheetos,
Well,
yeah. Okay.
Well, the special
Oh.
flavors they do every now and then that are like roast beef dinner.
Oh, no!
Nothing
Oh,
spicy.
On a kebab.
Ouch.
You only get it with Americans.
Oh, stop. Oh my god. Oh no.
What's the sensations Thai sweet chili?
Oh no.
Hey, I'm just saying, if someone tasted like Thai sweet chili, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah,
Like dinner? This is dinner.
yeah. Right. Anyway, so that's gross.